right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to podcast number, 53? We always have something crazy going on. Right now, it's Eric spilling shit. And Mike joining in the middle of the countdown. So, hey, you know what? It's always a wild ride on our weekly show. But at least we have some really cool topics to talk about today. So that's always fun. And what's crazy about this one, there's a brand new one over there on the floor, on the side. Yeah, it's almost like my unorganized chaos is really actually organized. I know where everything is, and then when I clean it, I forget.
I have the same organization.
Anyways, this is our final podcast, I believe, before Prime Gaming Fest. So it's a pretty special episode because next Wednesday, we technically will have Mike Perez here. Maybe Eric, we don't know yet. He'll probably be here because I think he said he's going to have to spend the night, but you know, he also said he might have to work late or something. He doesn't know. Who really knows on a day-to-day basis? But we have our round one of our Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Tournament happening next week at podcast time. So we'll basically all be here. We'll probably all still shoot the shit, and we'll be commentating on round one of the tournament, however long that round one takes, because it's pretty much impossible for us to run the entire Smash Bros. Ultimate Tournament during Prime Gaming Fest because it would eat up like half the show. And we have a lot of stuff happening during Prime Gaming Fest. But our contestants already know. If you haven't been emailed yet, don't worry. I am drawing the names of who are going to be the 32 participants tonight. So there should be an email either going out late tonight or tomorrow morning contacting everyone who's going to be part of the Smash Bros. Tournament. So don't worry if you haven't been contacted yet. I just haven't done it yet. But everything's being taken care of this week. So yeah, this is the final podcast we have before Prime Gaming Fest. And then it's going to be kind of a hodgepodge on when the next official podcast is going to be. Because obviously we have the Smash Bros. Tournament leading to Prime Gaming Fest. And then Prime Gaming Fest ends the day before the next podcast. And we don't really know what availability is going to be like for this guy right here. Let alone me. And if I'm too exhausted and my voice is too worn out. We'll see. Might be all good. Even if he can't come, I can have Mike come. I can get another guest on and call it a day. But basically, it's unknown territory. Play it by ear. See what happens. Because I would like to get a podcast episode off like more than one this month. Because I'll be gone for the cruise the following week. So it would be cool not to go a whole month without a podcast. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we try to run a podcast where Eric's here trying to run everything, and I'm phoning in from the ship.
Yulia would kill you.
I don't think so. I think she'd be sleeping.
or partying.
Yeah, if it's one of our party nights, then she might be like, get your ass on it.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, honey, get your ass over here and come on the podcast.
Yeah.
The people want to see us. They want to see the vacation they help pay for by being supporters of the channel. Thank you guys so much. All right, so let's just hop into what we've been playing lately. We started this every podcast. I am the host, as always, Nathaniel Janc. That's Eric Moore. And then all the way to the right is Mr. Mike Perez from Nintendo Academy. How's it going? Are you close to 10.5? Did you hit 10.5 yet?
I did.
Nice.
Yeah, you're still growing faster than me officially.
Yeah, I think I showed this morning a little.
Yeah.
I do like a little screenshot and show it on the chat. Today I was called what was I called yesterday? This morning, it was like the first negative thing somebody ever called me in on my channel. I'm like,
dude, it always
call him out. Dude, we'll go beat him.
Just wait. Dude, I get negative things said every day. So
yeah, it's like I think it was something as in the line of show off or something like that, or what is that other word for show off? Brag. I'm like,
what are you bragging about?
This is just me celebrating and welcoming the next 100 people on the channel.
Oh, that's what it was. They were complaining that you were putting out that you gained another 100. Yeah. So who cares about celebrating milestones?
Yeah.
Like, you know, let's just get angry about it for no reason.
Yeah, I do it every time I get another 100. I go ahead and say, hey, welcome. I see you have another 100. Welcome to the channel. Blah blah. Because every subscriber is important. You know, all that stuff. And I'm like,
apparently you need to turn your mic up just a smidge if you can.
That's unusual.
1 2. That's it. 1 2. That's it.
There we go.
Well, that and I've been playing. What have I been playing? I didn't play Switch this week. I played I played GameCube. I'm back at the Zelda of what is this? Wind Waker. Yeah. Okay. I'm playing
Wind Waker. That's what you're doing.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm playing Wind Waker. After I'm done with that game, I'm gonna go over to Twilight Princess.
Are you doing the HDs on Wii U, or are you playing GameCube?
No, I'm playing the original ones on GameCube.
On GameCube. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, I wanted to go the original route because I didn't get to play both games the first time, so I'm just going back. I got a GameCube and I got a controller and I got the two games, going through them on both.
I hear you, man.
Yeah,
that's pretty crazy. Well, I'm glad. So no Animal Crossing this week, huh?
No Animal Crossing, no.
I mean, nothing wrong with Animal Crossing, by the way. Totally nothing wrong. Eric, you been playing anything this past week?
Did I play Lego Star Wars skin? I don't even remember.
That's
I don't think
he's focused on
that's the only game that I've played. I don't actually think I played anything this week, to be completely honest.
Did you complete your Mario Strikers purchase?
No, not yet. It's sitting up there. It's sitting on the PC.
Right. We got Mario Strikers coming
at the end of the podcast. I'll probably end up just going through it.
Also, I heard you are now a member of the Nintendo Switch Online. How's it going?
Good. I mean, I was always online.
The Corey Club.
Yeah.
The Corey Club. We're part of the Corey Bone family now. Officially.
Thank you, Corey.
Nintendo Prime is part of Corey's family. Yeah. The whole family plan. You guys didn't know, if you have a family plan, you can literally share it with anyone across the world. Doesn't even matter what countries they're in. Literally is irrelevant. You can get anybody in on those family plans. So if you have a family plan and you have open slots, you be friendly and let some people come in. You can always kick them off if you don't like them or they're assholes. They don't gain access to your payment information or literally anything.
Yeah.
Cool. So did you happen to pick up Mario Kart then? Yeah. You get the free DLC now with that.
No, I probably will.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if you were going to participate separately in the Mario Kart Deluxe tournament or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it'd be cool if we both could play.
Yeah.
I do. Okay. As I say, I don't have a way to do multiple captures of it, but I actually do have multiple capture cards. No, we're not making this more complicated than it has to be. Last year, remember how hard it was just to get Switch to even work?
No, I know.
It won't be like that this year.
Computer.
It won't be like that this year because we're actually going to run it through the internal capture card. So it won't
and
be
you actually have a way better PC.
Yes, and the only thing that's going to be fun is we're going to be running dual cameras, which means I'm running dual cam links, and I haven't attempted that in a long time.
Oh boy!
Now I have like 3 cam links, so the cam links are. I got to find them. But the cam links aren't the problem. It's whether or not the computer can recognize them as separate. It kind of did last year, but then it ended up not really mattering because what we wanted dual cameras for, we realized we could do with one. But this year, we're using multiple sets.
Mm-hmm.
So not being able to, having the ability to not have to move the camera while we're doing our be right back and switching sets. If all we got to do is just readjust the audio equipment, that would be sweet. So here's hoping that everything works. I have a lot of work to do on getting Prime Gaming Fest just to work as a show. Forget all the giveaways, forget everything else. Just getting it functionally stream-wise with the billion layouts there's going to be to actually work,
right?
Is going to be the struggle. But you know what? I made it work last year, so I'm pretty confident we'll make this happen. I mean, I even have a camera that follows me that Mike is watching us through right now. That we might have that camera rocking as part of the show as well. And that camera was fun because it acts like there's a cameraman, but there isn't. Which means I'm not really sure what it's going to do and when it decides to do it. And that might be part of the fun of the show, is we have no idea what the cameraman's going to decide to do. Hey, cameraman, stop looking down at my ass. Yeah, raise up a little bit. My eyes are up here.
Right.
It was.
Nate, can I say something quick? Man, you are rocking the merch today.
Yeah.
Summer Game Fest merch. That shirt. Love the
Prime Gaming Fest. Correction. I'm not Jeff Keighley.
Yeah.
Prime Gaming Fest, right? Prime Gaming Fest.
Yeah, Prime Gaming Fest.
And Cat, dude, where can we get this? Where can we get it? They look great to this year.
I can link it in the chat. I don't know if I have it actually linked in the description. I started linking it in my other streams. I legitimately. Oh, it is linked. It is linked down in the chat or in the description.
It looks good. It looks good this year. Very good.
Except it's not labeled correctly, but the link technically is there. Here, I'll put it up in the chat. Yeah, Prime Gaming. Get your. You guys can get it for people listening to the audio version if you're interested in Prime Gaming Fest merch. You can get it at Streamlabs.com/Nintendo. God, I just had it open. Slash Nintendo Prime TV /number or #/merch. I know it's a really long URL, but anyways, yeah, you can get it all there. We have sweatshirts, caps. We have t-shirts. I think that's all we really have right now for the basics. My fiance just had her one of a kind Prime Gaming Fest swimsuit coming today. Nice little bikini, nice little hot to trot. No, you guys will never see her in it, but I'll get to see her in it while I'm on the cruise ship, so that'll be fun. Yeah, we actually don't sell that, so you can't even buy it. Yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe if Yulia tells me it's high enough quality, then maybe I'll list it publicly for any of our lady viewers that might be interested in it. There are male swimsuits I can add as well. I just haven't figured out a good design for it. See, I like Prime Gaming Fest. What's cool is our logo this year doesn't have a date on it.
Yeah,
so
right.
all future Prime Gaming Fest shows, you can just wear this merch anytime.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good.
Can't guarantee there won't be alterations per year to the logo to make it feel a little unique for the year, but it won't matter. Prime Gaming Fest is Prime Gaming Fest, whether it's 2022, 2023, 2024, doesn't really matter. Yeah, dude, Prime Gaming Fest is so close. Taker610 dropped a little $2 dono there saying, are you ready for Prime Gaming Fest? 8 days to go. That's right. June 9th to June 14th.
Christ.
9 a.m. every day except Saturdays at 8. Ironically, the reason we were having it at 8 was because of a Splatoon 2 tournament that we canceled. And then it turned out we got a bunch of gaming shows that start early that day anyway, so we have to go at 8 anyway. So,
Hooray.
So yeah, 8 a.m. on Saturday, 9 a.m. on Sunday, which is Xbox and Bethesda Day. And then we have a Guerrilla Game Showcase on the 13th. We're going to be live at 9 a.m. that day. And ending that day, well, actually, I don't know who the special guest is yet for that day. And then we have the 14th. We're kind of pushing it as Nintendo Direct Day. Don't know if it will be, but either way, we'll have 12 hours full of content. Don't worry. Lots of giveaways, lots of competitions, special guests. We have a special guest on the 14th. Andre's Restart's coming on that day. We have HMK coming on, Jake Randall coming on, Nintendo Academy coming on, which I think I'm going to have him come on twice the day that he's on. And then we have Special Nick come from the Xbox Era podcast is coming on as well. It's awesome, man. Oh, Super Mario Day 64. I don't know why I always forget. He's literally the first guest we're having. Yeah. And I always forget to mention that he's going to be on.
Way to go.
It'll be like the day of, and I'll be like, oh, shit. I better message him. Does he remember? I'm in the middle of the show, and he's on in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So, and when it comes to have I been playing games, like I mentioned last week, I was at the final boss in Kirby. So you go from that to this week, and you go, well, clearly you're done with Kirby at least, right? Clearly you've moved on from Kirby to play something else. And I can tell you right now, I have not even turned my Switch on in the last week. I have not turned my Xbox. I haven't even played a Madden game. I'm behind in my Madden leagues as well, because literally the last 7 days, I have been hammered with Prime Gaming Fest stuff. I've had multiple meetings with multiple companies and studios. I had an hour meeting today with a new partner. Really excited. I'm gonna make sure that I pronounce them correctly here. I did announce it on Twitter, and I know exactly what we're giving away from them too. We have partnered with Fixture Gaming. I got to actually talk to the founder and inventor of the stuff they make for Switch, and we have quite a few things from them coming our way. Should be here literally in 2 days. So that's cool to add that to the giveaway pile. You guys will see more about that later. Because we're getting to the final home stretch. We just had Capcom. I had a meeting with them, and then they committed some stuff as well. So good old Capcom coming through, or as they call themselves. The guy I talked to literally said, "I know some people call us Crapcom." I'm like, well, that's not me. That's not me, sir. But some people do. Yeah, sure. He's like, just so you know, we're aware of all of the Crapcom jokes. I'm like, that's okay. Well, I wasn't going to call you Crapcom. Monster Hunter Rise?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it. You know, Resident Evil, like never heard of any of these games. Like, I honestly, I think Capcom's actually been kind of a bit of a roll the last couple of years. So yeah, we're really excited about all the partners we've had. So I've just been really, really slammed with that. We have a new camera coming in. We got new audio equipment coming in. We got this set that you see now.
Mhm.
This is not its final form.
Mm.
There's going to be
We're gonna hand it a rare candy, and it's gonna evolve.
yes. It is. It's close, but there is some stuff being added to it that literally won't be. It'll be here. Like we'll have the stuff to do tomorrow.
Mhm.
It ain't showing up on this set until the day of. We are installing it literally the night, pretty much right when the first round of the tournament ends. Camera goes off. Immediately go to work to setting the set for day one of Prime Gaming Fest because it's going to be intense and going to look super, super cool. So we hope until we find out that day none of the shit works.
Right.
But, if that's the case, whatever, I guess we just leave the set the way it is. And then you guys are looking forward to nothing.
Oops.
But my smiley face. But yeah, no, that's just what my whole last week has been. Just lots of Prime Gaming Fest stuff. Lots of stuff coming together at the last minute because everything gets finalized this week. Like Jake Randall got added to the last minute. Capcom, they added some stuff last minute. Obviously, this last minute ad with Fixture Gaming. We have a last minute ad with Moolander potentially. At least, I mean, they actually want us to interview them, and that might be something we do on Monday. So we might be interviewing game developers on Monday. So that should be fun.
Nice.
During the show. So there's just a lot of moving parts, and why it's happening so quickly is beyond me. I've been trying to talk to companies for 3 months, and now we're a week before the show, and hey, now we all want to talk to you. It's like, hey, you know that this is a 6-day event, 12-hour days, then I can't be like waiting till the last minute to add things in because I got other things planned. Like, you're like, well, that's a lot of time, Nate. That's a lot of time. That's what, 100 hours? Yeah, so what's your point? 96, actually, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
96 hours. Yeah, it's a lot of time for a lot of content. And guess what? I have a lot of content. Tons of stuff. And that's not even counting the giveaways, damn it. So we should have the rest of the schedule out to you guys by Friday is my goal to finalize the schedule as much as I can for all 6 days. But yeah, we'll be streaming at least 12 hours. You guys remember our E3 extravaganza last year. Some days go a little longer. Kind of all depends. It's not always up to us. So in that last day, if we still have stuff to give away and we're at the end, we just keep going until it's all gone. So there's that as well. We streamlined the giveaways this year. We made a decision literally today to make it easier. So regardless, during Prime Gaming Fest, if you win a digital code or a physical item, we are not responding to your emails until we are done with the show for that day. So if we have items that go unclaimed, we're just going to re-give them away. But we will get, like, your digital codes. You should still get the digital code by the end of the day. That's not a thing. And we should contact you for shipping information on the physical items before the end of the day. At least the end of the day for us. But we're waiting to not, because last year one mistake we made was trying to manage, like, here's the giveaway, let's pick all the winners, and then let's also collect all the information and hand out codes in the middle of the stream. And that was a big stress on Eric. I actually put it on Eric because I knew I couldn't run the show and do that at the same time. And then what ended up happening is Eric would just get really frustrated and he'd constantly be asking me questions. And that's just not good when you're in the middle of a live show.
Not good content.
Plus it leads to Eric not really being as involved as I want. So we're going to do it all after the show, but you can still claim all the prizes and everything during the show. And we'll still announce the winners and we'll do all of that. So that'll be fine. And Eric and I will probably split it up. One of us will handle the digital codes, one will handle the physical items from the email. So we'll make it happen. That being said, I haven't played anything. But that doesn't mean there's not a lot of crazy things to look forward to, because today was quite the day, especially if you're into Pokemon and Sonic. And we're going to start with what I feel is like the most divisive of the two, and surprisingly, it's not Pokemon. Like, can we believe that Pokemon's not the one that's causing divisiveness right now?
Right.
Pokemon, great.
Like, usually Pokemon, like, nobody's happy. It's always fighting.
Right.
And like even now, even with like the positive reactions to Pokemon, there's still the faint in the background. Oh, but it has no national dex. I think we figured we'd be over this after like 5
Oh, but
years,
it looks like shit. No.
yeah, or something. But let's actually get to the first one we're gonna talk about, and that is Sonic Frontiers.
Oh boy.
So Sonic Frontiers, baby. They did a 38-second clip yesterday, just giving you a little tease. And that clip showed combat and stuff like that. And then they did a 7-minute thing today, which I'm going to show you guys. You're just going to kind of play it on loop for you guys. From IGN First. For those who don't know what IGN First is, IGN First is this thing where they get exclusive gameplay clips of a lot of stuff. And a lot of that stuff that they get exclusive clips of deals with, how do I put this? Deals with individual games on a monthly basis. I guess we'll put it that way. Sometimes it's indie games. Sometimes it's AAA games. And they spread stuff out throughout the entire month. And often what you see at the beginning of the month is not fair to the whole of the game because they're showing you small pieces throughout the whole month. And so you don't really get a full picture until the end, or at least that's what it is sometimes. Some games just look like bangers all throughout. So today, there's been some mixed reactions to Sonic Frontiers. So let's start with that, and I want to toss it over. Mike, you got a chance to at least watch it. It was 7 minutes. A pretty decent chunk today. Yeah. So what are your initial reactions to Sonic Frontiers? I know you did a video on it. I didn't watch it. Sorry. I
can tell
Prime
you
Gaming, Prime Gaming Fest. I'm too busy.
Yeah, I can tell you what the video is about right now because it's basically what I'm going to say right now too.
Sure.
So I have the pros and the cons. I got the pros. The visuals are great. It looks like they really spent some time building the world. I love the look of it. Okay, and that's it. The on the other side of the coin, I could chuck it up to bad gameplay, because again, IGN can show what they want to show as a gameplay.
I don't even know that it's up to IGN.
Maybe what they're allowed to show. But what I saw is basically what I've always seen from Sonic. The dash, those little dashes where the computer takes over and you really can't control Sonic, and then until it ends, and then that's where you okay. Oh, so we're back. Okay, it's over. And then you try to control it again. A little bit of the movement when it comes to Sonic the Hedgehog when he's walking slow reminded me. Sorry, buddy. Sorry. Reminded me a little bit of Balan Wonderworld movement. The way that he moved when he was slow. I feel like the mechanics are at least what was shown. Again, like I said in the video, it's just my first impression. Just the first impression. They have to show something else to convince me otherwise. But what I felt was it's basically just like they said in the comments, it's Sonic Forces in an open world. If you're gonna show a trailer of a game, show us something we haven't seen before. Show me something that I can get excited about when it comes to Sonic. Oh, you're putting Sonic in this massive open world. You need to give Sonic more movement. You need to give him more moves. Show him climbing something for not just hanging off something like he's always done, or whoopsie, I'm at the edge, I'm about to fall off, blah blah blah. No, show him
I'm sorry,
climbing.
I gotta interrupt you for a moment. Right. You literally like said show him climbing something, and literally have the footage on screen, and he was literally climbing something as you said it. As you said it, show him climbing, and he's climbing.
Well, it's not necessarily climbing something. It's actually he's jumping.
I know. It was just hilarious when he said it as he's climbing. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So as you can see on the video, he's doing a lot of this basic things that we've seen him do throughout the entire
rail grinds and stuff.
Sonic game. There's basically nothing new shown. I want to see Sonic pick up something from the ground and throw it. Okay, I want to see Sonic climb a mountain. All right, I want to see Sonic do something. Swim. Go ahead, swim. There's water right there. Swim. Sonic, swim. Give Sonic different mechanics that is worthy of the world that he's built in. so that it feels like you got Sonic is actually expanding. Yeah, give him the ability to run fast, dash, all the things that we love Sonic for. But then give him more to do so that we feel, okay, this is new. This is a new move. I want to try this. I want to do this. You know what I mean? But at least for this first gameplay video, I didn't see anything that would give me the confidence to say I want to buy this game today. If it's just that, if it's just him moving in this open world really fast and just they place all these little tubies in sides of the mountain so that he can glide on them and do what he always does on regular games. You know what I mean? I want to see Sonic evolve as a character and do more than just we all know he can run fast. We all know he can dash. What else can you do? You know what I mean? And that's what I felt when I saw the trailer. I'm like, I love the world. It looks very nice. But the slow movements kind of got me off guard, and the lack of a map, maybe a world map. Just hit that X button. I want to see if there's a world map there. Show me a world map.
I think they were trying to in this particular look. I feel like they were just trying to show the world, so they they just have the UI hidden right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's a way to play it with the UI hidden. I'm sure that there'll probably be an option in the menu, but there's obviously going to be a UI, and we don't know what that UI looks like fully. But here's the thing: we have a whole month blowout. They're going to do a whole month of this.
So hopefully my second impressions are better than my first impressions, and they do have.
What did you think? Okay, before we got the 7 minutes, we just got the 38 seconds the day before. What did you think then? Because they showed other elements then.
I did like I like the kicks. That was new for me. He was fighting and he was kicking the enemy. That was new. The Sonic Dash move, boom, that was okay. That was good. He does that all the time. But at least
it just looked better than we've seen it before. Also, that circle he can draw on the ground now and whatever the hell.
Yeah, that looks like a new move. It looks like some sort of updraft or something.
New.
Yeah. That it looks like it's made to solve puzzles around the world. Which is
they use it in combat in that first 38 seconds too.
Yeah. So when it comes to that first one, I actually praise the first one because they didn't show enough. What they showed, I liked. I liked the combat. I liked that he just wanders freely around and there's enemies there and you can go ahead and get into a fight with them right there, which is good.
I feel like that 38 second thing ended up hurting this show.
Yeah.
Because the 38 seconds, by the way, it's not that it was false promises. There's obviously going to be combat, guys. There's obviously going to be a hell of a lot more happening. But it's kind of like you went from teasing all these really exciting potential elements, and then you just go to, okay, let's just show you what it's like in the world, and we'll show you a couple of our basic puzzles. And it's like, that's cool, and I'm glad the puzzles are in there. That's very Breath of the Wild-esque and stuff. Like that's neat. I like that. And obviously the puzzles have a purpose. You're solving them so you could do like a scan of the world and find certain elements. Like, what's that thing that popped up when the world was scanned? What does that mean? Well, I don't expect I don't have to know that yet. That's a cool mechanic. I think what really took people aback, there was two common complaints I saw. Some people were complaining about the movement and thinking that Sonic feels slow. I kind of disagree. I think the game's just giving you a lot of different ways to traverse the world, and you can go faster depending on which way you choose to do it. If you just want to do a basic run on the ground, you're gonna have your top speed you can get to, and that's that. But there's other ways to move faster. But what I thought was interesting in some of the complaints is, one, some people basically said this just looks like an Unreal Engine fan game.
Yeah.
And that's art direction. Because Unreal Engine games made in the art direction that Unreal Engine comes with all tend to look very samey. It's a realistic style that just looks very samey. And it's really easy to do. They're pre-built textures, and it would feel weird to say that the Sonic team is reliant on pre-built textures in Unreal Engine. That just feels like a weird thing to even say. But we have seen Unreal Engine fan games that kind of look like not this fluid, of course. Sonic is making Sonic move this way isn't something that the engine just does. You actually have to be really good at development. But we've seen, characters running around in Unreal Engine worlds that look a little bit like this in some ways. Yeah. So that turns some people off. And then the other thing is, as cool as it is to see Sonic running around, and after the first minute or so, I would say, hey, look, I get it. All right, cool. You showed me how Sonic can move in this giant world. That's cool. Okay, thanks. You show me you got the rails. You got a little bit of climbing mechanic. Why is there a slow climb? Is there a purpose for that slow climb? Because he can also run up the wall. Who's not going to run up the wall? So why do we have that slow climb mechanic? And what do we need it for? Is there a specific reason that we have that ability? Because otherwise you would just run instead. Like, why waste the time? So there must be a reason for it. Don't know what that reason is. Like they're showing the slow climb right now. Like, what's the purpose for it? There must be something about the slow climb.
Then all of a sudden he just starts running up the wall after climbing.
Because Sonic's always been kind of like the Flash. He can run up walls. Like that's.
Oh no! But the fact that he's climbing, then all of a sudden just starts randomly running up the wall. It's like.
I mean, Sonic can do that. And even if when you watch the movie, he'll go from I'm hanging on a ledge, and now I'm just speeding up. Sonic, like I said, he's like the Flash. He's always been able to do stuff like that. But what's the purpose of the slow climb then for someone who can move fast? There must be a gameplay mechanic that really requires you to be a lot more precise or something in your movements, and you might need that slow climb. We just didn't see it, and we didn't see it. And as I'm watching this trailer on repeat, it just. The other complaint does stand out, and we saw combat in the 38-second teaser.
I think I saw
like one enemy.
One enemy, yep.
And one enemy, and all of his running around. In 7 minutes, I saw one enemy, and he just ran past him. The enemy did try to attack him, it looked like. He just, which is fine. Obviously, he's really fast. You can run away from enemies. That's not, running away from enemies is my problem. It's that, look at this. The world looks cool. It also looks really empty.
Yep. You hit exactly what I was thinking.
Now, maybe it's intentionally looking this way. Maybe this is an early build. Maybe we're going to see it. Maybe we're trying to see, here's what we started with as a playground, last year. And each week, we're going to keep showing you how this world keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, because there's the enemy here.
Yeah, the enemy's up here on the bridge.
Right here.
And you see he runs right past it. The enemy kind of activates, and then he throws something at him.
No, I think he just misses, he runs at him.
Yeah, or something like that.
Charges him.
Sonic just moves up, which is fine. But it's like that's the only real enemy. And I think there was only one other thing I saw in the world that was like a character, and it was when he was running at the wheel. There seemed to be someone dancing, like maybe one of the animals or something that he usually saves. And I'm sitting there like, all this looks cool. I'm fine with the way the game looks. I don't have complaints about the Unreal Engine aspect. I don't have complaints about its speed. I don't have complaints about how he travels around. My complaint is, I think there is a lot of new gameplay mechanics that rely on Sonic having something to do.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like he has anything to do right now. Like this is a cool look at just basic travel, but what's the purpose of it? Right now, it's just like a sandbox to run around in. That's what it feels like. And by the way, I don't think it's going to be just a sandbox to run around in. They didn't say this is open world. They said it's open zone. So this is just a zone in the game. And that's fine. But what's the purpose of being here? And I think we're going to find that out. And I think there will be more fleshed out. Or maybe something you trigger and all of a sudden the world populates with a bunch of shit. I don't know. To me, this was not the way I would have chosen to do a first gameplay look at this game.
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Because this does give you the feeling this is what you're going to be doing a majority of the time you play.
Running around in a really
running around in an empty world, finding the little puzzles, solving them, which is fine. The puzzles are fine, but there'd have to be a shitload of them. And then what's the point of all these combat moves if you hardly ever use them?
Yeah, and that was basically my exactly my point. As a first impression to the actual gameplay video, they didn't really hit the mark when it comes to showing the people something they haven't seen before. As the first impression, besides the world, I mean, we're already entering the open world kind of game theming thing. It's what's in now. So we've seen it before. We actually seen better, but as a first trailer for Sonic Frontiers, they could have done a little more. That's that's basically what I wanted to see. I wanted to see something more than just the running around, and I wanted to see what does Sonic do that he didn't do before.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen enough of that 38 seconds that there's clearly stuff he can do. This is just the concern, is that the world feels empty, and because it feels empty, and don't get me wrong, with how fast Sonic can move, I get that you're gonna have each zone's gonna be massive. It's gonna be as big as, I wouldn't be surprised if the zone Sonic is in right now is literally as big as the entire map of Breath of the Wild. Would not surprise me, because Sonic moves so fast. You need massive pieces of land. It's just the fact that when he's up in the sky and looking out, and you can see a massive landscape, and you see nothing.
Right. Yeah.
There's nothing going on. Okay, it's fine, I guess, if this place is desolate, but why and what's our purpose? I know. They're gonna have all month to really dive deep into this. IGN first. This is just the first look. We're gonna get many more looks. There's gonna be a brand new trailer at Summer Game Fest as well, which I suspect that trailer is not just gonna be this one. They're gonna go into other aspects of the game, maybe more exciting aspects of the game. I don't know, because it's been being heavily advertised in every promo for Summer Game Fest that apparently there's going to be a big trailer there. So
yeah,
I just think that this didn't hit the way they thought it would. I think when they said we wanted this game to be one of the best reviews, we were aiming for this to be a top rated game, a game of the year rated game. Outside of the fact that was an absolutely laughable statement, because you shouldn't be aiming for all of your games to be the best they can be.
Yeah.
It's also that if this is what you think gives it that, it's almost if you're going to be inspired by something like Breath of the Wild or whatever, it's not just the vast landscape. And it's almost like the shot of Sonic looking over. That's a very Breath of the Wild-esque shot, but it's but there's nothing going on in that shot.
Right.
There's nothing happening.
Yeah.
It's a Vista shot for a background on a computer. There's nothing actually, I look at that and I go, okay, so what am I doing?
Windows Vista.
Yeah. I can. So I'm not as disappointed as you, because I thought they basically took the first minute of this trailer and then just kept repeating it for 7 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that, because I know we're going to see a lot more, but I'm going to be less and less okay with it if this is what we see a majority of the time they show this game, because that's really going to tell you if this is what we see a majority of the trailers, a majority of the showcases, but it's just a new landscape. So oh man, this winter landscape looks really, really cool with Sonic running in it. Yeah, I bet you it does. But if it's just like this, then what? If this is a introduction zone that's just teaching you mechanics, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Fine. I can get it a little bit. If there's a part you eventually unlock and then you go into the bigger world, and maybe we think this world is big, but we have no idea. Maybe there's significantly bigger portions.
I hope we get a demo. I hope we get a demo.
Yeah. It's just I'm not as harsh as some others. I think the movement looks great. Okay, you proved to me the movement. You proved to me that you have this massive world, and it is really cool to see Sonic running around in a truly open space, not a confined. When I think about my favorite Sonic game of all time was Sonic Lost World. Still wasn't truly open or anything. The zones weren't open. It was still a pretty linear progression. So it is cool to see Sonic, kind of like in the Sonic movie, just be able to run everywhere and do anything he wants. I like that. I think that's cool. I got that out of this within the first minute, and I'm like, that's cool. I like this. And then it just never did anything else. So I'm patiently waiting to see what that else is. When they got to the puzzle elements, I was like, okay, that's cool. I like that. That's a good addition. I like the puzzle elements. They're a little bit slower. Maybe not all of them are that way, but you know what? I'm okay with that. That you have to think. Puzzles, you have to think. They usually aren't, that's what puzzles are. They're supposed to be slow. But then I'm like, you see him solve two. Neither one of the puzzles were something mind-blowing. Pretty obvious. And there was one puzzle they totally skipped when they were running across this giant thing, this giant like
I think they're coming out of this bridge here.
Yeah, floating bridge thing or whatever. And he runs right past what looked like a puzzle. And I was wondering if it's because one of the cooler looking puzzles, they want to save it, not spoil it. But it's like, you got to show one of them. You got to show us one of the cool puzzles. They make you go, okay, so this game's going to have a lot of puzzles. And that was a really damn clever puzzle. That's fun. That's a new element to Sonic. Mm-hmm. But people still want to know, like, where's the combat? Where's the combat? Where's the combat? Why in this world where Sonic moves 1 billion miles an hour are we not seeing enemies? Like, yeah, we understand they might be more spread out, but Sonic's moving fast enough that even spread out, you should be seeing enemies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you just don't. At least not yet. But again, I think their goal was just to prove we have a big world, and here's a bunch of ways that we can move, and here's some puzzle elements in that world. And that's what they wanted to focus on. I don't think I would have chose to do that.
Mm.
I think maybe the first minute I would have spent on movement, then transition to the puzzles, and then transition to where you show the puzzles leading to movement, leading to combat, leading to some sort of objective, maybe even, gosh forbid, a story element or something, just a tease.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. It just kept doing the same minute over and over again. Mm-hmm. So I actually think it looks good. I do have my concerns, though, as I voiced, because the world looks empty, and I can agree with those. I don't agree with the Unreal Engine 5 remarks, although I understand them. I'm fine with Sonic in this world.
Right here. He runs past.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, when he's running on this thing. This looks like a really cool area. And
jump,
like right
and
as
then
he jumps up, and then there's clearly a
puzzle.
A puzzle thing
right
pops
there.
up, and then he just, I'm like, oh man, what puzzle was that? And one thing, this is a general complaint I've always had about Sonic, and maybe this game will give an explanation. Why do we have random floating rails in the air?
Yeah, right.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So, by the way, Sonic's always had them.
Yeah.
So like, I think they're just going with you're not supposed to question it.
Yeah.
Because it's Sonic, but it looks so out of place sometimes. I'm like,
Yeah.
and you know what? And maybe they have a phenomenal story explanation that happens before this. So then we understand that, okay, maybe these all rose out of the ground, or maybe these were put there for like, you know, like why would this world specifically have rails that only Sonic uses? Is there something more to this we don't? And there very well could be. But that's a general complaint I've had about Sonic for a long time. There's hardly ever explanations for why there's very Sonic specific things in these worlds.
Well, it's like not like it's like
I get that it's gameplay elements. I understand, but sometimes it's like, yeah, but when you're going to go with this vast openness like this, to me, you got to start having a bit more explanation. Like, I'm sure there's explanations for why the puzzles exist. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
the first time we saw Sonic, remember how they showed us those big, massive bosses? You know?
Yeah.
You know, I would have loved to see a little bit more about at least one of those boss fights, at least the first one.
Yeah, like the one they showed in that 38 seconds where it was like this big foot thing, and then it started getting bigger, and all of a sudden it looked like Sonic was fighting like this giant Colossus thing, and he defeats it. I'm like, hey, let's just see that full fight. Instead of the clips, instead of the highlights. Let's see that full fight. That would have been sick. You already teased it. You already spoiled the fight. Let's see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have done it. Yeah.
And the thing is, I think we will see it by the end of this month. So I think for a first look, it's fine. I think it was 6 minutes too long for what they were trying to show. They just wanted to show the movement and a puzzle. Could have did it in a minute. And then I think people would be less disappointed. It said it was 7 minutes, and it never really changed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was very, very samey.
Like, if you give me a 7-minute trailer for Breath of the Wild 2, you know how many different elements of Breath of the Wild 2 we will see in that 7 minutes?
Dude, yeah, 7 minutes. Yeah, that's true.
Long. That's a long. And even if it's a raw gameplay showcase, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. But that's not what this was. Right? This was planned.
This was cut and spliced together.
And spliced and planned.
Yeah.
So, anyways. Eric, what are your thoughts on Sonic Frontiers?
Actually, I'm going to pause this right here because this is one of my things. Go back just a tiny bit. Right in here, just a tiny bit more. Kind of when it pulls back right here. To me, when it shows gameplay and he's running around, there's almost a disconnect between Sonic and the environment. The environment looks super ultra realistic, and then you have this cartoon character running around in it. Here, I don't know what it is, but the background looks just a little bit more cartoony.
This is the cliffs.
And and he kind of blends in a little bit better.
I think there's some HDR effects happening on those cliffs that are making making them pop a little more. And we're used to cartoons being really poppy.
Yeah.
And when you look at a cliff in real life, it looks kind of dull for the most part. These cliffs look like they're popping. The shadows and the colors look great, and then the green grass is really green.
And especially
that grass is the same everywhere else, but we don't have the cliffs popping
right through
like
here too. When he kind of runs through this grass, it looks a little bit more
it's a more
cartoony, a little bit more. And then he kind of blends in a little bit better here. But when we actually get into the gameplay itself, and especially like with the water behind him, that looks a little bit more.
Sure.
Cartoony, and then when he actually starts getting into the game and the movement and stuff like that, I don't know. To me, it just kind of feels like there's some sort of
this is
disconnect.
This is clearly not like the normal Sonic world we've seen him in before. Like he's in a new place,
right?
And every world that he goes to tends to be a little different. And this is obviously a more realistic type of world. I'm fine with it being a more realistic type of world. I just need to see more. Like even in Sonic, and this is such a. It feels like I'm just bitching about Sonic because we really don't get explanations in Mario either.
Why is he able to go down tubes?
Why is there gold rings everywhere? Yeah. Now, we understand that's the way Sonic is. It's always had to collect gold rings. It's also like part of your hitbox and stuff. I get that. Or like even in the movies, they use it for travel. That's fine.
Yeah, that was actually kind of cool.
Yeah, I understand. I understand. And like in Mario, we never question why when he punches a block, a mushroom pops out.
Or mushroom coin.
Like. Yeah. I get that we don't question this stuff in other games, but I think what leads to me questioning it more is because those other games also show so many gameplay elements all the time. You just don't have time to think about that stuff. I don't have time to think about why is there a random question block floating in the middle of, I don't know. I've never had to think about it because I have so much going on. I'm always moving on to the next gameplay element. And in here, I'm not. So now I'm starting to think about, hey, why are there floating rails? Hey, why even are there rings to collect besides this just being what Sonic's always done?
Yeah.
Like it feels like now I need a purpose for it because I'm not forgetting that it's really, really ridiculous. And by the way, it's really, really ridiculous in a lot of other games, but there's just so much going on, you just don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Another one of the things that I kind of noticed in here too, I've had a lot of time to just sit and rewatch this while you guys were talking. And in here too, some of the movement, it's not that it's too slow. It's not that it's too fast. But
let's listen to the audio version. If you're curious, you can go watch our video version.
Yeah,
we are playing a video of it, so he's like explaining parts in the video.
Yeah. If you kind of watch Sonic when he's slow walking here, it looks like there's extra steps that he's just literally. It looks like he's almost moonwalking and not really going anywhere. And it just kind of feels like he's taking like extra steps that he's not actually moving.
We've seen that kind of stuff in other games too. I'm always curious how that gets into some games.
And Wonderworld.
Battle in Wonderworld, that happens a lot. The thing is, what I don't get is their goal.
Yeah,
I wonder if they understand what it takes.
Just interesting.
Because we okay. So my favorite Sonic game of all time is Sonic Lost World, but I still wouldn't call that like a game of the year kind of contending game.
Yeah.
And like. Yeah, Sonic Mania is great and everything, and I understand that there seems to be a fundamental understanding of how to do, a 2D side-scrolling, Sonic game, especially after they got those fans in from that made Sonic Mania. But the actual Sonic team has really struggled to translate Sonic into the 3D space. Like when we think about even like Mario, because Mario I think is a really apt comparison. While we usually don't see a Mario game win Game of the Year, what we do see is that there are Mario games that are contenders. Odyssey was a contender the same year as Breath of the Wild. It was right up there. We've seen Galaxy be a contender. Mario 64, I think, even won some Game of the Year awards back then. Like Mario has found a way to transition into 3D and do it in a way where it still feels like you're playing this one-of-a-kind special game. And every time now Mario's always had the whole abilities thing, and that's always been a difference between him and Sonic. Sonic's always been just about his speed. But I think like I'm not saying that like you mentioned I want to see Sonic throw something, or like I don't even care if Sonic throws something. What I want to see is what is the evolutionary step that makes Sonic special. Because right now, just watching this feels like a generic game.
Yeah.
And I think Sonic can be more than that. It doesn't need to do what other games do, but then it needs to find its thing. And I don't know if they thought just going mostly open world was going to be like, oh, well, hey, look. Everyone loved with that Bowser's Fury mode. People think that's the future of Mario. Everyone loved when Breath of the Wild went open world. Yeah. Everyone loved when Pokemon did it. Like, all these games are going open world. That's obvious. That's the key. We do this open world concept, and we can be a Game of the Year contender. But it's like, but all those games didn't forget the gameplay along the way.
Yeah. I have a theory. Because you know how Sonic saves like all these animals and stuff like that during the gameplay. I wonder if...
Don't know if he does that this time, but...
No, I'm wondering, this is my theory, that these Eggman trapped all the animals and living creatures in this world into these puzzles. And as you solve the puzzles, the world gets more filled with animals and becomes more alive. Enemies. And yeah, that part I can't explain. That part I can't explain. Yeah, that part I can't explain. Yeah. But like, if as you solve these puzzles, the world becomes more alive, more, animals, like creatures.
That bird that flies in here
makes no sense.
That never flaps its wing.
It makes no sense.
Which is fine. It's gliding, but at some point while gliding, you still got to flap your wing to maintain. So that every time we see it, it's like literally it just flew in like this gliding, and then it said, "Oh, now I'm just gonna fly straight up." Okay, no, you ain't doing that with flapping your wing. Right. Aerodynamics.
Unless you hit a massive updrift.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I'm sorry. He's swooping down and diving. It never flaps.
That is a very static bird. So
stiff.
That is a very static bird.
It is it doesn't feel normal. And by the way, I understand the game is still in development.
Oh, for sure.
And whatever we're seeing now probably isn't even the state of the game as it is now. It's probably the state of the game as it was a couple months ago. But like that bird is like one of the few alive things. Well, as we just said, it kind of looked static as hell. But it's like one of the few things we see, like, okay, why is that bird swooping in? If that's just an atmospheric thing, cool. So then where's the rest of the... Like, look, there's something moving there.
Yeah, there's some...
What is it?
Little birds, chibis, whatever
but, like,
they are.
It's so tiny, and you move so fast, you're going to miss stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my point, too. Sometimes Sonic doesn't have to go super fast, Let him go slow in order to enjoy what's around.
I wonder if there actually is a bunch of these little guys that are all around, and it actually is really full, but he moves so fast we can't see him.
It's possible.
That could be it.
That's it. All right, Sonic, stop hitting the springs. See, look, there's another one. There's a couple of them.
Yeah, there's a handful right here.
Yeah, there we go. Just walking through the environment. I guess we'll find more alive things.
That's probably why they have these little awkward moments where he just walks.
Those are like their Koroks, I swear.
Yeah.
I swear. It looks like their version of Koroks.
Yeah, but Nate, you and I are saying basically the same exact thing. When I want to see Sonic get up and throw something. I want to see
an idea. It was an idea. Yeah.
I want to see Sonic do something new in the new world that he's in. You know what I mean? To make him fit.
Like he's getting chased by enemy. We didn't see any of this.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean because this is the cinematic. CGI.
Cinematic, and now Sonic goes fast, and now there's nothing. But the enemies just vanish? Like, I don't know.
When it comes to Sonic, I feel like they don't trust us to have full control.
Well, so when he jumps on the rails, that seems to be, I mean, obviously when you hit a spring, you lose control a bit. Like, I don't mind that because that's always been a Sonic staple. Mm-hmm. And it does seem that it's really small snippet, like a few seconds here and there. I don't mind because there is a lot of other freedom of movement. Like, you didn't have to go on that rail. You didn't have to hit that thing. You chose to lose control of your character, basically.
Yes.
But it's just, again, it comes back to, that's fine. It's a Sonic staple. Like, I'm not going to complain there's rings. I guess I'll try not to complain there's random floating bars in the middle of the air. But that's I'm only noticing because there's just, like what is this thing? Like, what is this glass that clearly means something? That shiny purple glass is some sort of story.
What do I collect these coins for?
Like, what's that pyramid in the background?
What? Like random purple coins.
Yeah, what do purple coins mean?
Yeah, what I think is that what happened with this preview is that it left us with more questions at the end, but not in the most positive way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it left you with more questions.
I think, like I said, they would have just did a minute. Just showed a few things from this trailer. And left it at that would have been enough of a tease to make people want to watch the second one. I think people are going to be like, I don't know if I need to see more. Like, Sonic always sucks, and here we go again.
Yeah. I mean, I'm rooting for Sonic. I'm really
for sure. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, I'm rooting for this game.
Yeah, I like the movement. I just I don't know, man.
Did you want to throw up that 38-second one? Just to show the contrast?
Sure, yeah. We can show the contrast. So are either of you at this point planning to get Sonic Frontiers based on what we've seen?
As a channel, yeah. Personally,
So you're getting it just because of the channel?
Yeah.
Yeah, to review it, but you know,
so then here's the tease.
Yeah, that first one was actually better.
Like we have the same little beginning, and then he's out in the world. He does a zoom dash, and we're like, oh, cool. And this is one of the puzzles as we found out.
Yeah.
And then look at this. Where are these guys?
Right.
Where's this thing? That thing's huge.
Exactly.
It looks like it's in the same zone. Where is this? These things should be everywhere. Look at this giant thing.
Yeah.
Okay, you can't miss that. It's within eye shot of the pyramid that we saw. Like where what? I wonder if part of me wonders rewatching this little clip. If when they were doing the 7 minutes, they just thought, you know what? Let's just turn off enemies. Let's just turn them mostly off.
Yeah.
Like I wonder if we're seeing difficulty modes. Like this is easy mode.
Possible.
This is easy mode, which depopulates the world.
Yeah, it was very sporadic enemies.
Yeah.
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 But like if you play on normal, like this is what you get.
Yeah, maybe extremely easy mode.
It would have been nice if they would explain that though, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm sure they will at some point. Like the combat looks too cool for them not to eventually show more of it this month. Like if we go this whole month and we don't see any more combat, but this 38 seconds, I'm like,
right. Yeah.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't want to be too harsh because it's just we have a whole month to see.
I'm
more.
intrigued.
Like Game Awards could happen, or not Game Awards. Summer Game Fest could happen, and the trailer could blow my mind there. And then I'll be sitting there wondering what was the point of that first trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then this is what we want to see.
Journalist mode.
So it's just going to make me think: is what we saw in this trailer the brux of the game, or is the exciting parts you're showing in the next trailer? Is that what most of the game is? Because I want most of the game to be exciting.
Right.
Yeah, or maybe this is just maybe like just one or two parts of the game, and then what we actually saw today is the game.
Yeah, and as I said, this could be like everyone's gonna wonder that until it comes out. Like, okay, like I can understand if there's a sparse enemies in a tutorial area, and that's fine. The tutorial area still needs to be massive, but then like it would be like this could have used some commentary, maybe, been like, hey, welcome to the world of, blah, blah, blah. Name it. Exactly. Name the land. And be like, in this land, like to give some base explanations for why, like, this is just, towards the beginning of the game. Yeah. While Sonic's getting his grips on the world he's in. And then to be like, okay, that explains why it's so sparse. Right. Because you don't want to overwhelm the player right away. They're just figuring out how to move. I got it. Get it. Got it. Good. They did that in Breath of the Wild too. Like, you had a couple enemy camps and this and that, but for the most part, it was kind of sparse. You only had like really two parts you could bump into, and they would kick your ass. Like Stone Talus, you bump into him as your very first enemy. Like, he'll kick your ass if that's the first enemy you've ever seen. And then obviously, you can get shot by the stationary guardian by next to the one shrine. But like besides that, it's a relatively easy, relatively light experience where you're just basically learning how to play the game. That's where you get your base attacks and your base things you can always have, your abilities, and you're just kind of learning how to play. If that's what this is, that's fine. And that could have been explained with commentary. But they didn't. They acted like, no, this is gonna blow your mind. Yeah. And I'm like,
when your tease is better than your actual gameplay.
When I saw the tease, I was like, dude, I'm hyped, man. Maybe they finally figured it out. And then I kept telling myself, but they always mess it up. The very next day, oh boy, it looks like they messed it up. Yeah. But we don't know. Yeah. I will say I still like the logo though. The Frontiers font I like that logo. Yeah. But anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I was really planning on getting it. Now this kind of makes me a little bit hesitant. I mean, I'm still intrigued enough to, just see where this is going. Hopefully it comes out better. But I was when I first saw the original trailer, I was all in. But now it's kind of maybe. So.
Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those situations where we're just kind of in unknown territory. If we hadn't had so many moments like this with Sonic, Like, and what's crazy is in the past, usually all the pre-release stuff makes Sonic look way better than it actually is. And if this is what they thought that would do, then the game could be even worse.
Yeah.
And that's I don't want to. I don't know. I
All
really
I gotta
want
say
to
is that they got their work cut out for them in the upcoming weeks. They have to kind of dig themselves up this little hole and show us more, or even do like an explainer video of what to do, what to say, or
It's so crazy. We're like just random fans. Like we shouldn't have to explain how to market your own game.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you literally hired people who were making a fan game better than you could make a game to make one of the best Sonic games of this generation. Did you maybe just ask them quick? Hey, how do we market and make a good Sonic? Why don't you ask them? They seem to have a grasp on it. I don't know. Maybe they don't know how to do 3D, but they might have some good ideas or at least some good marketing ideas. Said this game might turn out to be the best Sonic game ever. Who knows?
Yeah.
But not seeing it so far. We'll see. There's more time to win me over. This game doesn't come out till this fall, this winter, so there's time.
Holiday, right?
Yeah, holiday. Yep,
Okay.
we don't have an exact release date yet. We might have one by the end of the month, but we don't have one right now. But what we do have is a release date for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. They dropped a 3-minute and 7-second trailer today, and my lord, there's a lot more to talk about here that I think is quite surprising, since I feel like Game Freak and the Pokemon Company don't always do the greatest job hyping up their releases. They kind of like, we have our base and we cater to our base, and that's kind of it. And then they did that Legends Arceus thing that, even though it was kind of an ugly looking game, played phenomenal. And for the most part, is one of the highest reviewed Pokemon games to date. One of the highest ones we've had in a while. Anyway, I think it's like the highest in Sun and Moon or something like that. That was shocking because it's such a different kind of Pokemon game. It gets rid of so many conventions. And then that game comes out and it's like, oh, hey, like 2 months later, by the way, we have a brand new generation that's open world coming. And everyone's like, no. Game Freak doesn't have the talent to pull off Arceus and then another. Like, you can't do 2 open worlds back to back. Or like, it was open zone, now fully open world. Like, you can't do that back to back in the same year. Like they're not talented enough for that. Because that's what they've proven in the past, right? They're not talented enough to make these kind of games side by side.
They were talented enough, they just didn't use the talent to its fullest.
Well, it's not even that, it's time. They're never given the time.
No, very, very, yeah.
Because they got to run it with the anime. But we got today's trailer. So we had the reveal trailer, which didn't really show a ton back when they revealed it. It just kind of said, hey, here's kind of a general look at the world, and hey, it's open world, and you can enter towns from any angle. Okay, that's what open world is, right? You can go anywhere, do anything. You don't have to go on a set path to enter a town. Okay, cool. Like, yeah, that's open world. That's what we expect. But we didn't have a ton of details beyond that. There's some rumors out there, some potential leaks, but we didn't really know exact details. And then today, they seem to get into the nitty gritty without having to say a whole heck of a lot. They just let the game show it. So much so that we're going to show it to you as well. So, I will go last here because I have a lot of thoughts on this. Eric, why don't you start us off with your thoughts on this? Because I know that you went from, I'm not getting this, it's not Legends Arceus, to
I might have to pick it up.
Yeah. And we're people that haven't enjoyed Pokemon besides Arceus in a long time.
Yeah. Mainly because of this guy right here.
Oh, Lechonk. Lechonk's the legend.
Yeah.
He's a legend. He should be a starter.
Yeah, right. Lechonk.
It's probably like the Rattata of this world.
Yeah, right. Just everywhere. Looks good. Looks interesting. I don't know. It looks like a Pokemon game, but a little bit different, which is, I guess, great. Depends on how you view it. Some of the story are some of the, like, the gameplay feel seems like it held over from Arceus, we're assuming, because it does kind of show you sneaking up on a Pokemon, but then immediately you're 5 feet back. It snap cut to your 5 feet back throwing a Pokeball. So again,
And I think a clever cut. I think
Yep.
we still battle the Pokemon.
So there's that. Interesting. The legendaries look pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. Nice little dragon type things. Looks like, anyways.
And if you missed it, you know who Toby Fox is?
I've heard of him. I think I've heard of him.
Composer for Undertale.
Okay. Yep.
He composed music for this game.
Oh, nice. Wow.
He announced it today.
Wow.
Part of it's in this trailer, and he said he composed like the overworld theme that the Pokemon Company then took and remixed for various regions. But he also composed not just that, like multiple songs that we'll see in this.
Nice.
Which is
Nice.
that's awesome. Toby Fox is great.
Yeah.
2, the Pokemon Company went outside of Japan.
Yeah.
For their game.
Yeah.
What?
Somewhere.
Yeah.
That's
That's crazy.
wait a second. That doesn't happen. That doesn't sound right. Sure, this isn't a fan game. But that also made people excited because it means, are they listening to now things outside of themselves? That's wow.
Yeah.
Anyways, go on.
But
Sorry, I just wanted to make sure
yeah,
you knew about
no, that's awesome. That is really cool. No, part of it's just because of the fact that there's looks to be multiplayer in it too. So, hopefully it's the one caveat that I would not be surprised if they did it. They forced you to play within your own game. Like, you have to have Violet to play with, people on Violet, and Scarlet to play with people on Scarlet, which would not surprise me.
I don't think they do that. That's so anti-Pokemon.
You never know.
They want friends to buy different versions to play together.
Or they force you to buy both.
No.
It's the Pokemon Company.
That would separate. That splits the community.
I would not put anything against them though. It's the Pokemon Company.
What do you think would be the logic behind that?
I don't know. Just force people to buy both.
Are you saying like some fans think that these games are actually completely different games?
I don't know. Possible.
Some fans think one takes place in the past, one takes place in the future, and that would support the notion you can't play together. Then
that'd be interesting. I mean, because we really technically don't know what quote unquote game we're seeing. Is this Scarlet? Is this Violet? What part of that? I mean, it's not technically real gameplay, but I don't know. It's got me interested.
I think it is exactly what it looks like, to be honest. I said this when it came out because there's a lot of debate over the past and present thing because there's a lot of references.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's cool. There are references. And there's references in today's world that we live in today. People that like to live by the code of the past and people that like to live by the present. Mm-hmm. I think what we are seeing is what we've always seen with Pokemon. They are the exact same damn game. There's just some maybe a couple story element differences that lend to the directions of like the different professors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think they're still the exact same games. I don't think there's going to be any like the concern of not being able to play with people across multiple versions would infer that they are not the same game, and I don't think that's the case at all. They're selling it the same way and marketing it the same way they've always marketed Pokemon. I understand that why people feel this way because of the references and rumors, but some people even think that these are like the same legendary, just one in the past, one in the future. I
mean, you can even almost argue that by the two legendaries too. One's got freaking jet engine legs. The other one's kind of looks a little bit more oldish,
traditional.
Yeah,
I'd say. Yeah, but there's been some other like really strange looking Pokemon.
Oh yeah. I mean,
with modern features and weird things like that. So I don't know. Like my I don't know. Anyways, this is your time to talk. Sorry.
No. You're fine. I'm pretty well done. I mean, it's got me intrigued enough that. I just to be able to see what the multiplayer is on it might be enough for me to pick it up again, as long as it doesn't screw you over. Which again,
like the thing that I feel like works against them being different games is look at this. This is the same shot from different games.
Yeah,
everything looks the same. There's nothing that's different except for the banners and the colors, which would be a typical Pokemon version difference. Otherwise. This looks like pretty modern. Same. Yeah, this looks like a little bit old school back here, but also looks a little bit old school back here.
Yeah.
It literally looks like nothing's changed.
Right.
So I think these games are clearly just the same, and people are just overthinking it because they want to think Game Freak would be willing to do something as crazy as basically develop 2 entirely different games that take place in the same.
I'm
world.
not saying that they're two
I think what
separately
happened
different
is the
games.
time
It's just-
travel in Legends Arceus.
Yeah.
Sorry, spoiler. It happens at literally the beginning of the game, so go away.
Right, yeah.
Like has people thinking, oh yeah, this could be like a thing they're gonna do, and I don't see it.
I don't know. It just I would not put it past them to do
Plus,
something
you have the same
stupid like
starters
that.
in both games as well too. That
Yeah.
look exactly the same.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, what do you think, Mike?
All right. So first, I think the game looks amazing. It looks incredible. It looks very awesome. I think they updated even the characters themselves. They look crisp, clear, so clear. The colors are amazing. Look at the backgrounds as they walk, as they run. I do believe it's the same exact game. It's just that, I think this is Pokemon, the Pokemon close to perfected when it comes to what they've been wanting to do. They've always released two of the same games with different legendary Pokemons, right? The same two paths you can take, but it's the same storyline, same game, different professors, different legendaries. They're doing the same exact thing here, only with what taking Arceus and bringing it in here, making it even better with opening the world a lot more when it comes to entering the towns. There's one scene here that got me excited, and is the part where they were trading Pokemon. It's like there's a method of trading Pokemon, and it looks like you can actually trade with somebody else on another console, and that's how you'll receive your Pokemon as they go. You'll see it kind of fly out of the sky and pass each other, and then you'll receive that brand new Pokemon. I hope this is the case, because that'll be awesome. Trading Pokemon in game when you're playing. One more thing that I feel like nobody has said yet as much is that I feel like this is the first Spanish region Pokemon. Because of the architecture of the houses.
Yeah,
and,
it's Spanish. I think people have noticed this in the first trailer. It's Spanish.
Yeah, yeah, of course. And then of course the 3 starters. One is called Sprigatito, which is cat in Spanish. Fuego, which is Fuecoco, which is fuego is fire in Spanish. And then Quaxley, which is just quack. Quaxley.
Quack.
Yeah. But
yeah, love it.
I'm excited for this game. I'm super excited for this game. I was excited for Legends Arceus. It's like last year, right? Last year in December, we're like, Legends Arceus is coming to January. All of a sudden, months later, we're getting this. With basically stating what you were saying, Nate, at the beginning. How is it that Game Freak all of a sudden just really surprised?
Clicked.
Yes, I'm like, wow, I'm surprised.
I could believe the Mario or Zelda team could somehow pull this off. Game Freak? They developed both of these games. I know they developed multiple games at once, but
yeah.
One was semi-open world, first time ever. This is fully open. I know there was someone in the chat that said, did they say it? Yeah, they said out of their own mouths, it's an open world, fully open world.
Yeah. And then one thing I'm going to say,
it's not open zone. That was open zone is what Legend Arceus was.
Oh, okay.
Whatever they were working on. What is it that new technology they were rendering their games in to make them look crisper and
FSR.
Yeah, FSR. Whatever they did, they actually added a double dose to FSR of this game because it looks incredible.
There's times this game looks crisp. There's also times that it looks a little rough. Like sometimes there's areas you could tell that the anti-aliasing just doesn't exist.
Yeah, and I think it all.
Then there's times that it looks really good. So
yeah,
like I think the character models and the Pokemon models are great.
Yeah. And I think it all has to do with maybe the parts that they rendered out to make this trailer. Because you could tell a lot of those it's cinematic scenes, even though they're not really real gameplay. It's just rendered out, like this part right here where they're switching Pokemons. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited about this game. I think today's announcement was the opposite of what Sega wanted to do.
Well, it was 3 minutes, which is that's a decent length. It's a decent length, but they showed a lot and they announced new things like just casually. They didn't have an announcer. It was here you are just talking to a PC like a random NPC like we see in other ones. Except this random PC is a scientist, and the scientist just literally said you could play 4-player multiplayer. What? Wait a second, I missed that. Literally the first time I watched it, I was kind of ignoring it because they're always talking to NPCs who really. Oh wait, the NPC actually said something that matters.
Something important. Yeah.
They just unveil 4-player multiplayer in Pokemon? Wait a second. Hold up. Wait. Pokemon's never done this. What is happening?
Yeah. And
4-player multiplayer. I have questions. Is it online? Is it local? Is it both? I don't know.
Right.
I have questions. But the fact that it even exists is like, what the hell?
Yeah, but the questions you have are good. You're excited about the about the
that makes me want to play because if I can play with friends, it infinitely makes this idea of an open, explorable world just more fun if I can do it with others.
Right.
Yeah, and that means we have to have a at least us three live stream.
Oh, for sure.
The game here, for sure.
Yeah. I'm also going to point out I'm an idiot, and it finally took me a little bit of time rewatching this. We actually do know that my worry has actually been deconfirmed in this, and we actually do know which game they're actually kind of showing. The shorts and the pants of the characters are showing which game is actually playing. So like right now, this is Violet, and then the purple's Wii Scarlet. And then you show them when they come together. There's 2 purple, 2 Violet, 2 Scarlet players. So it took me a second to realize I'm an idiot. And
which, by the way, you can like right there, you can see it.
Right.
And by the way, that kind of, to maybe some people's chagrin, kind of deconfirms that the games take place in different eras. Which, by the way, I'd never thought that was even a thing they would contemplate doing. I think there's just a stylistic difference. It's kind of like clans. Like think of the like in Fire Emblem 3 Houses, like how the different schools.
I'm wondering if these are 2 separate schools.
I don't know. I mean, they're probably in the same. Well, like we saw the one shot with the professors. They're in with the same board with the same stuff written on it behind them. So like. It is curious how if there's going to be, because we've never had, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't believe there's ever been a game where you had the two games and there's been 2 different professors. It's always been the same. And for some reason this time around there's 2 different ones, and I think there is going to be a story explanation for it. And that's explaining why there's some cultural differences maybe between the 2 different versions, but they're still the same world. Mirroring each other or something.
Parallel universe.
Yeah.
Something
like that.
Yeah, like everything's exactly the same except for certain things.
And there's probably a story explanation for why. And I do think obviously the stories culminate in the same end. Are they rival? And maybe you get a combo ending if you play both, or you do it. Can you beat the game with a friend?
Yeah.
Can you play with a friend on a different version and complete the game and get the true ending or something?
Yeah. Are they rival schools?
Like what's the limitations of the multiplayer? Can you do everything? Yeah. This is an open world.
Yeah.
If I could bring my friends in, is it possible we could just play the whole game together?
That would be awesome, dude.
Yeah, that'd be
like maybe not right away because Pokemon always has their little intros and teaching you, but like once it opens up. Can I just take Eric and Nintendo Academy? We could just go to the Promised Land together,
right,
all the way. Not just run around and capture Pokemon and fight each other, but like legitimately, hey, let's all go to a gym. Sure, maybe when we're in the gym, if there's gym battles, I don't know if there is, but if there is, maybe we're all in our own separate gym, dealing with our own thing. But then when we walk out, are we still in the same world? Are we still rocking it? Are we still just progressing together? How deep does it go? Can we enter a town together? Run around that town together too.
Right, no, for sure.
But there's a lot of unknowns because, of course, they're just kind of teasing. How this works. So this is going to be.
Are they?
Interesting.
I wonder if it's two rival schools.
As I said, I have questions, and these questions are good questions.
That are both trying to figure out something.
These are the
in the world
questions
of
I
Pokemon.
wish I had with Sonic.
Yeah. I have a theory with that. It's maybe they're two rival schools that are trying to figure out the same like issue problem type thing, and
It does look like they're in school clothes.
trying to figure out like this major breakthrough in the world of Pokemon, and your school wins, quote unquote, if you complete the game or something. It'd be interesting.
I like that. I like that theory because
that would also explain why they have the same stuff on the board behind them. Kind of because they're both trying to maybe because I also wonder if like these professors are siblings or something along the lines of that. I don't know. I'm just throwing out complete
rivalry
thoughts. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds good. I like that theory. I like the theory of having two schools against each other, and then having two professors who actually know each other, who have like a past rivalry going on. That would be something different, right? That would be something different. Same exact game, same exact storyline if you're going to play on your own. But if you can play together, you get to see that full story unfold together. You know what I mean? Two people from one school and then the others for another school. Not to mention, dude, I love the art. The art for the games are awesome. Those will make two amazing posters for Nintendo Academy. I got it.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah, like I mentioned it while I was live reacting to it that I actually am not impressed, but I find that these visuals they're showing for this game are the best looking Pokemon ever, but like it doesn't look like what I felt was a bit of a lazier attempt with Sword and Shield. This looks like some care, some effort went into it, and it's not perfect. And we've seen games on Switch fundamentally look better. I mean, Breath of the Wild 2's trailers, are just breathtaking, and just fundamentally look better. Mario, obviously, but for the Pokemon Company, I mean, this is the best I've ever seen them with visuals, and they haven't been making console games for 30 years, so. I got to give them a little credit that I think it looks nice. It's not the best. I know like some RGT85 and some others out there kind of think it looks like crap. But I mean, Pokemon games have always looked like crap. I know some would argue differently. Oh no, on DS. I'm sorry. I've seen better looking games on DS. Pokemon games have always looked like crap.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I don't think Pokemon games have ever actually really looked good. That's never really been their calling card. Their calling card hasn't been you play me because I'm pretty.
Yeah, they have.
That's that's like when you think about games you play because it's pretty. You're thinking of Last of Us. You're thinking of Horizon. You're thinking of Uncharted. You're thinking of maybe even Witcher or Cyberpunk. Maybe like you're thinking of these high end, several $100 million AAA experiences. I mean, even when you think of more budget ones, you're thinking of like Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. Like you're thinking of really really visually pleasing games that are pristine. I mean, even if you want to go even like mid tier, a little bit fine. Look at the Wind Waker or something. Like you're looking at top tier teams making top tier games, and like Game Freak's never really been that. So like I've never thought their games were ever a visual feast. The closest I think that we've had to a visual feast is probably New Pokemon Snap, and Game Freak didn't make that game. That was made by Bandai Namco, who, by the way, has a lot of experience making really damn pretty looking games. So, like, Game Freak doesn't have that experience. And that's why Bandai Namco was perfect for a game that's about taking pictures. Because they're going to be able to make a lot better visuals than Game Freak can. But I think what we're seeing is a gradual improvement. Because I feel like if you go look at, like, Legends Arceus, not a very good looking game. Aesthetically, not that great, but they nailed the gameplay, and they nailed it in ways that we didn't think Game Freak could. Now it feels like, okay, now we're going to put a little more effort into the visuals, and then still try to give you traditional and maybe a mix. Maybe a mix. I don't know. Right now, I still want a Legends Arceus 2. But we'll see. Because a lot of the things I loved about Legends Arceus don't look like they're present here. But that doesn't have to be a bad thing. Legends Arceus isn't the only way to do an open world kind of game. And it's possible that they can reinvigorate my passion in traditional Pokemon by giving us not just an open zone like in Sword and Shield, but giving us new mechanics that make me want to explore. Because see, what was so great about Legends Arceus to me is it started to become about collecting Pokemon again. because you had to catch them all. That was the point. You had to catch them all to beat the game. And that was and they focused so much on the act of catching Pokemon, not battling. That is there, but the focus wasn't battling. The focus was catching, and I found that to be so refreshing and so much fun. That's not going to be the case in the future world that we live in now in Pokemon, because hey, we've been catching Pokemon for hundreds of years. But can they now take the traditional formula and reinvigorate it in a new way? And I feel like I'm seeing some promising signs. Multiplayer, as an example, is one hell of a promising sign.
For sure.
Of taking the traditional Pokemon and just evolving it. Like now, we've seen multi-trainer battles before. Well, what if the multi-trainer is me and my buddy against two of the best NPCs in the game? Stuff like that. Or like maybe there's a legendary out there that's spanking my ass, but a buddy can come over. We can fight them together. Like that's the kind of stuff I'm like, dude, that takes the traditional and brings it to that next level. So the multiplayer is what has me really excited. But it's not even just that. Like, it's nice seeing wild Pokemon everywhere. I know, again, Sword and Shield had that in certain areas, but it wasn't everywhere. It's nice seeing that they definitely are pushing this idea of exploration they have like these little pop-up shops that kind of look like, hey, you can heal your Pokemon here, you can buy supplies here, but like we're just seeing them with those random red buildings that seem to be just out in the world. That's because they're promoting exploration. You don't have to go back to a town to resupply because they want to keep you out in the world. I like that. And there seems to be things to find besides towns. I like that too. And it also helps, and I got to give Game Freak this credit. This is totally personal. I have hated their designs in Pokemon for so many years. I feel like they kind of peaked in Silver and Gold, and then it's pretty much been a shit show since then. Like a lot of the reasons why Legends Arceus worked for me is they were basically just redesigns of a lot of classic Pokemon. I feel like they've had a really rough time making good-looking, unique Pokemon. And then every Pokemon I see over and over again in this trailer, I like it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I like it. And then to even go just straight up with like Lechonk, it's funny, it's fitting, and that pig Pokemon looks sweet. It makes me wonder why we haven't had one to this point. Like, it's such an obvious idea that we just haven't had to this point.
We've had a fucking keychain.
Yeah, fucking keychain. Yeah, like we've had so many other weird things, and then even the legendaries. I'm like, man, these legendaries are just really damn good looking legendaries. Like, I think, and I gotta give this is credit to the Pokemon Company. They reinvigorated me with Arceus, and now when I look at this, it's like I'm looking at it with a completely different view than I might have looked at this 2 years ago. I think Arceus was a brilliant move to bring old school players back and make them look at this next game differently. I think there was some chess going on at the Pokemon Company, and it's working on me right now. I can tell you that. Yeah.
What do you think this like last little bit is about? Where
the little shiny thing with the Pokeball. I don't know. I wonder if that's like a new. I don't watch every video that comes out. Like, maybe people in the chat can know. Like, is that like just like a general ending they use on like all their videos now? You know, like some people have like a general ending. Like mine is where I just walk up from the chair and go away and music plays for 20 seconds. Like is that just like a general ending to all, or is that specific to this game? That I wasn't really sure about. It looked really weird. It felt weird. It felt like I was about to get more, and then it just ended. And I was like, oh. Okay, is that just like a splash end to their videos? I don't watch everything on their channel. Because they have the Pokemon channel has ads for everything Pokemon. It's not just the games. Yeah, Dev Chills in the chat says he thinks it means something.
There's a couple people that were asking that too.
It could mean something. I was really confused when it happened because I thought it was just like a transition.
Yeah.
But then nothing happened. So I'm like, it transitioned and the video's
Is that the break between fabric of time and space?
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you throw the Pokeball and it makes everything crystals, and then oh my gosh.
I'm now in the past.
Then Sonic comes through the ring.
Then Sonic.
It's Sonic.
I mean, the thing is like, or it's nothing.
No, yeah, it very well could be nothing.
Like it very well, we can't dismiss the fact that it's just nothing. Like we didn't know how to end. Like I thought, okay, you show the legendary, you show the release date, you end there, and then they had to do that.
Yeah.
But it's so vague. Like there's no meaning I can draw from it. It's a Pokeball flying across the screen that with like a crystal background. Okay.
Yeah.
And is that you teasing a third legendary potentially?
Maybe
Hidden in the crystals that isn't the legendary of the game, but maybe it's like a mega legendary that's bigger the deal than the.
They're bringing back
ones.
Mew.
That could be it. I mean, Mew was not on the box.
Yeah.
It could be one of those things where there's like the most powerful Pokemon of the game is actually not the box art Pokemon.
Yeah, that'll be something.
So it could be that third legendary. You know, we've had this in the past with other games, so. That's what I think it might have been teasing. Like I thought they were about to reveal the third legendary, but then oh my god, if there's a third legendary, they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait. They're not gonna show that now. They have too much time to market this game.
Yeah.
Also, gotta throw this out there. Does this mean we're not getting a Pokemon Presents?
Ooh, I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think this was it.
I mean, they show. By the way, Pokemon Presents isn't just like an individual game. They show a bunch of stuff for the entire Pokemon franchise. That's why I'm like, does dropping this mean there isn't a Presents? Like, we have no other Pokemon things this year but this. Like, this is all we got. We don't have any anime news. We don't have any theme park news, any merchandise news. It's just this.
Yeah. What was the last one?
Look it up here. Last Pokemon Presents. Let's see. The last Pokemon Presents. Let's see here. Isn't there a playlist? So they have one in August of last year.
Was there one in February? Scroll up just a tiny bit.
February 27th.
Okay.
And that's when they unveiled. That's when they unveiled this. It was 14 minutes long. So they did have a Pokemon Presents this year, and then they had one in August of last year.
I mean, can you imagine we don't get any?
And they had one in February of last year as well. So they had two last year, and we're not to August yet this year. So maybe they're just not going to do it this month.
Hey, August would be another good time for him, considering this comes out in November.
And Nintendo doesn't have any big games in August right now either. So they can maybe steal the attention of August.
Yeah.
So they could repeat last year. They did it on August 18th last year. So, I mean, this might mean there's no Pokemon Presents this month. It might not mean there's not one the rest of the year.
Yeah. I agree with that statement.
Because a lot of people always go like, "Oh, Pokemon Presents always predates Nintendo Directs." Okay, well, there wasn't a Pokemon Presents.
Yeah, crap.
Last year.
So then, does that mean we're not getting
but there wasn't a Pokemon Presents last year
Yeah.
in June, and we still had a Nintendo Direct. Like,
But maybe that's all they had.
I think we've gotten away from Pokemon Presents predates Directs now.
Yeah.
And by the way, I don't think that there ever was like the connection with Pokemon Presents and Directs. I think was always circumstantial. The Pokemon company does what it wants when it wants to do it. It doesn't give a shit what Nintendo's doing. They've never given a shit what Nintendo's doing. Oh, we just happen to be going around the time. Well, sure, maybe there was a little bit of plan of Pokemon Presents happening before E3.
Yeah.
Because the game was going to be playable at E3.
Right.
Right. So like that could have been part of it, but that's just because they were going to have playable demos. Now that they don't have to worry about stuff like that, fuck it. We're going to go whenever we feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't have the playable demo this year.
I mean, it would feel right to be about that August timeline, like I said, because
you know
that's
what
coming out in
sucks
November.
though? This is a year we don't have E3 and we can't play the demo, and they finally have a Pokemon. 2 years in a row.
Game that I would actually
2
want
years
to play.
in a row, they've had a Pokemon game I would actually want to try at E3, and we don't have the E3s to do it. Of course, now Pokemon, in my opinion, gets good.
Right. Yeah.
And now they don't have E3s. Now I don't get to play it.
Yeah.
Now, like where I would have I had a totally negative reaction. It had nothing to do with the national decks, by the way. I did not really enjoy my time with Sword and Shield at E3. But finally, we've had two consecutive games that I would have really loved to try, and we didn't get that opportunity because of the way the world is right now. And I just so disappointed, man.
It sucks.
Finally, it's like I've been waiting 20 years.
Yeah, right.
Damn it.
Forget about the starters. For me, I'm obsessed with Lechonk.
yeah,
Who is-
100%.
Who is it? Hold on. Where's Lechonk in my poll? I did my poll today. Which starter people want to go with, and then I always put the fourth option, Lechonk.
Lechonk.
Because I mean, he might not be the starter, but I'm pretty sure you can get him pretty early. And if you want to rock him all game, you go right ahead. I am pretty sold that Lechonk's going to be one in one of my main six.
And
It's
also,
just gonna happen.
Lechon is also the Spanish name for pig, by the way.
So
nice.
So Fuecoco is far and away the most popular choice, but Lechonk is tied with Sprigatio and Quaxley.
Heck yeah.
Lechonk is holding his own, baby.
Lechonk.
1.2 thousand votes. Lechonk is right there. Lechonk statistically is slightly ahead of Quaxley and Sprigatio. So Lechonk, if you're not going for Coco, people want Lechonk.
Chonk.
No, for me, I'm picking Quaxley as my starter. I love Quaxley, man. I know everyone's, he's so basic. I don't give a shit, baby. Give me Donald Duck. I want Donald Duck, baby. Let's go Quack.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
The Mighty Ducks, baby.
You're right.
That's what I'm calling my team, the Mighty Ducks.
Goldberg.
Give
him a nickname of Goldberg.
Hey, dude, it's probably one of dude, if his final form is like this massive, like just big chungus duck, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's Goldberg, baby.
Big chungus
That's
duck.
Goldberg.
Yes.
Chungus.
Yeah, that's Lechonk's. That's Lechonk's evolution is Chungus.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to see Lechonk's.
Lechungus.
I might keep his name. You know what? Lechonk is so cool that I'm sure his follow-up names are probably just as badass as Lechonk.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I can't wait to see how big this guy gets. Dude, he's got to get so big and fat. It's got.
He turns into a next Snorlax. Hell yeah.
It's going to be great. I can't wait. Dude, Lechonk is probably legitimate. The thing is, I say that, but I like all the Pokemon I've seen. You know, you have some of the old school, like you have whatever that thing is with the weird berry fire thing on his head. Yeah. Gengar, I always love a good Gengar.
That Firehawk looks awesome.
Like, a lot of this stuff looks great. So it's like, I like to say he'll be in my final six, but also it's like, here's one thing I can tell you. Pikachu, I just don't care. I'm over you, buddy.
One thing I didn't notice in here and haven't seen, I wish they would have shown a little bit more combat, because I really hope they fixed the some of the visuals on some of the battling stuff, like double kick where they just hop in place for twice and then all of a sudden it just footprint comes off in the face. It's like, just actually kick the damn Pokemon. It's really, come on.
How easy would it have been?
Yeah, right. So
you know what I don't like about Pikachu? You know what I don't like about Pikachu?
What's that?
That I like Pikachu, and that Pikachu, the version of Pikachu, is not his last form. The one where we all know and like him for. Instead of starting as Raichu and then turning into Pikachu, yeah, Pikachu from the show, woo, we got him. But no, you have Pikachu for a while. He evolves into something else. Like, oh man, Pikachu's gone. Now we have this.
But
this
you can
Raichu.
stop the evolution. Just keep it Pikachu.
Yeah,
Get your level 100 Pikachu.
Yeah.
level 100 surfing Pikachu.
There you go.
Is he still as strong as is Raichu at level 100?
No,
Probably not.
No, he's not. That's the problem. You're just gimping him.
Right? Man, they could have made Pikachu the last, the very last.
The last evolution.
Yeah. It's actually a de-evolution.
No, dude, Pikachu is so badass in the television show, but it's like,
Yeah.
but dude, I've seen Pikachu. I've seen you beat a Raichu, and I'm sorry, you can't.
Yeah.
Like, it just doesn't happen.
Mhm.
But apparently in the show, you're just that, oh, it's my connection to Ash. Okay. That's cool. That's cool. So how come my connection to my Pokemon has never really made them perform better? Oh, I know the game will tell you, oh, if your Pokemon loves you, it has a higher chance to crit. I don't give a shit. I'm not winning because of a crit. I'm winning because my Pokemon is the superior type to what I'm facing and I'm kicking its ass.
Lechonk will love me. Trust me.
Lechonk
will love me.
I will see hearts come from Lechonk.
Yeah.
It will happen. I will dress him up all piggy. No, you know what? I can't dress up Lechonk. He's too cute on his own. He can't wear anything.
The final hit to the final boss will be made by Lechonk.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I'm gonna let my Pokemon die just so I can sub Lechonk in for the final hit.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. I am curious though. Like we also haven't really seen gyms. Or anything like that. Like the closest I think we saw was like the little flower bed tennis court looking Pokemon battle arena.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe it is just
Maybe
a
that's the
tennis
gym.
court. It could just be a tennis court. I have no idea.
Pokemon
But it
tennis.
definitely didn't look like a coliseum or a gym or anything.
It's
So
it's a
I am
hint of the new
curious
game.
what they're doing with that as well. Like,
Do they play tennis in Pokemon?
I don't know, but
It's a hint of the new game. They're gonna spin
They
off.
could. They're GTA in it. We're going to be able to do lots of mini games, lots of side games.
It's a spin-off game that's
Man, we're
coming.
going to have
Pokemon
casinos.
tennis.
We're going to have, we're going to be able to take our flying Pokemon and run them through buildings and cause havoc. I mean, there's rumors out there that you'll be able to ride the legendaries too. I have no idea if any of that's true. We haven't seen that official. So
Let me ask this question for Nate and for my guy. I'm having a brain fart.
Yeah, Eric.
my guy,
You good?
All right.
I do.
Yeah, dude, seriously.
Yeah.
brain
No,
fart.
you're good. You're good.
dude, get some caffeine in it.
Yeah,
Pep up.
My cousin's name is Eric, so I will never forget.
No,
But
you're
As you forgot.
You're
Anyways,
good. You're good.
are we done with amiibos? Because this is a perfect game to bring amiibos to, at least.
Pokemon's always been
For sure. Yeah.
perfect game.
Yeah.
So and the fact that they announced a date and they didn't announce amiibos next to it, are we done with it?
Amiibos have been kind of dying out for a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I by the way, I don't think amiibos should die. They're amazing collectible things.
Yeah.
Just let them be that. You don't need a
Right.
game.
Exactly. You don't have to lock stuff behind them. You don't have
You
to
don't,
have them.
you don't need a game to associate
Yeah.
amiibo with.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just let them be collectibles.
Right.
I mean, we're seeing and you figured Nintendo would learn this because look at what's happening with the Lego sets. They are the best-selling new Lego sets in 30 years since Star Wars sets came out. They're the best-selling new Lego sets, and it's because people just like to buy collectible
Mhm.
Nintendo stuff.
Mhm.
So just do that. Treat them as collectibles.
Right.
Mhm.
But
That's
they
true.
don't. They keep thinking they got to force gameplay stuff into it, and then when developers no longer want to do that, it's we're just not going to make them anymore.
Yeah.
It's Smash was the last thing keeping them alive, sort of. I mean, I know there's stuff you could, in codes and things you can get in Kirby and other stuff, but it's man, just let me collect them. That's all I want to do.
Mhm.
Let me collect them. That's
But
it.
yeah, I like amiibos. I mean,
I want to see some of these new Pokemon as amiibo, but they don't need to do anything in the game.
Right.
Let me get the legendary ones. It's cool. They don't have to do anything.
Mhm.
I just want those little statues. They're like little minifigs. Let me have them.
Yeah.
If you want to do anything with it, make an amiibo festival that doesn't suck.
And I can invite my Lechonk.
There's no reason we couldn't have a Mario Party based around amiibo. No reason we couldn't have that.
No.
Absolutely none.
A Toys to Life type of
A
Mario
Toys
Party.
to Life Mario Party.
Yeah, that actually
It would
kinda
make
cool.
so much sense. You could pack in a base 6 characters, and any other amiibo you tap can now be a playable character in the game. Doesn't even have to have special abilities. It could just waddle around on its little amiibo figure thing and just have a basic running and jumping animation, so you can do mini games. It would be so easy.
I mean, you wouldn't even have to.
It'd be cool, man. I want my Lechonk amiibo
Get right.
in Mario Party.
Yeah.
right
Well,
now.
That'd actually be kind of cool.
God, I'm giving you bangers, Nintendo.
Right?
Let's go. Oh, that's funny. Is there anything else you guys want to say about Pokemon? I'm gonna let the chat right now that we are going to take a couple fan topics. So you guys can just ping Nintendo Prime in the chat about questions and or topics you'd like us to just briefly talk about. Otherwise, let's just kind of let's wrap up the Pokemon talk. So you guys getting this day one, not because of the channel. Obviously, there's always channel obligations to get games. Setting aside being YouTubers, just as gamers, do we want to get these games? And then which one, if we do?
I'll choose Pokemon over Sonic today.
But would you get Pokemon if you weren't a YouTuber?
I would, yes.
Okay.
Based on what they showed, yes. As a
which
fan.
one?
Yeah.
Which one?
Pokemon, the Scarlet and Violet, or the Garlic.
Which one? Which one?
But
did you
Scarlet or Violet? Or
Get? Which
both?
one are you getting? Or both? Yeah.
I would get both.
You're going to get the double pack?
Yeah.
Nice. Physical, digital?
Physical. To get those little art, the art covers, I love them. They look
Yeah,
really
they'll
awesome.
probably be a
Those are cool.
collector's version, I'm sure, too.
Yeah. I would get digital.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's a theme Switch.
Yeah.
I think
Right.
that's going to get announced later. They'll probably announce one later, like a Switch Lite themed or something.
I know for I got an email they with a little hint about a Switch OLED Sports Edition. So instead of the Mario Kart, how they always bundle the Mario Kart with the $299 thing, that there's an OLED coming, but with Switch Sports.
Okay.
Interesting.
So same question to you, Eric. You're not really a YouTuber, so your personal games have nothing to do with anything. Even though I'm
a part-time YouTuber.
You're on a semi-popular Nintendo podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not a small podcast. If you count the reposts on the podcast channel plus here, I mean, we're averaging over 2,000 views per podcast. Plus, we get an extra 300 listens audio wise. So like,
and if you'd actually get them up on time,
like
we may actually get more.
Like Kit and Krista get more views, but they're former Nintendo employees.
I mean, yeah.
IGN is IGN. They're always going to get pulling those views. But like for like a Nintendo exclusive podcast that isn't from like a huge creator, we actually have pretty good listens. So
yeah.
Setting that aside, though, you literally don't care about any obligation to jack shit.
Yeah.
Unless I was tasking you to review a game.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I should have been like, Eric, you're reviewing Kirby. He probably would have made a banger review of Kirby too, because he had such a good time.
I don't know. It's one of those things that is Pokemon, and I'm not 100% into it. But at the same point in time, I am really, really, really intrigued by the multiplayer aspect of it, which might actually get me back into it because you and I can sit down and play.
Yeah.
You and I can do a lot of that stuff together then, and so that might actually get me back into it.
You could literally just hit me up like, hey,
definitely
it's Tuesday. You want to get back and doing your game streams? Dude, I'll just hop on. You don't even have to be there. I'll be at home. I'll just hop right on. Let's play together.
Right. No, actually, yeah, absolutely. And I can even join a Discord chat.
Call,
and I can just be there vocally.
Yeah. That's
so
nice. You don't even have to be. I mean, it is cool when you're here, but you don't have to be.
Right.
That's the cool thing about that.
So yeah, I think I'm probably right. Exactly.
Let's do it.
Yeah. No, for sure. And there's going to be quite a few of those coming up here. So
I'm sure there is.
Oh God. Yeah. There's I think the week of the 20th. I think I'm going to be gone.
When Prime Gaming
Fest by the way. Oh wait, no, you're gone. So that actually works out really well for me. The week of the 20th, I think I'm pretty much gone that whole week too for out on work sites. So
what you're saying is we're going to try to pull off a podcast from the boat and from a hotel.
Yes.
That sounds like a brilliant idea.
That sounds like a crazy ass idea.
Maybe I'll try to get Nintendo Academy and I'll just restart to run a cast.
There you go.
And watch it become the most watched podcast.
Yeah, right.
Just like, what
right. And we're not. You and I are not.
Something really bad. Now. This is bad. I guess that's time to retire.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get. I think I would get Scarlet. I think
Scarlet.
Yeah.
Is there a particular reason?
No, I just don't like purple. And Violet's more purpley.
Violet is very purpley. Well, then I guess that makes my decision. If you do get Scarlet, I will get Violet.
Yeah.
One, because I want the opposite.
There was nothing that I mean.
Well, I want the opposite of you.
Yeah. Well, no, for sure.
So we can kind of get the full experience of both ends, especially when we talk about the game on the podcast. It'd be nice if we have the experience of both versions for that. And obviously, I'm sure I'll end up giving away a couple of copies, but I usually don't plan on getting both because I know I'm not going to put enough time to justify having both. Like I'm not going to put 100 hours into each game. It's just not going to happen. It'll be one, and I'm going to get the one that's opposite of my friend. So if there's a Pokemon that's exclusive to it that I want, we can somehow make it work, which I know can be very difficult. Like, I want both legendaries. That's gonna be quite hard since you probably only get one, and you'll have to replay through the entire game again to have both. Because like I trade you mine, I'd have to start a new file all over again.
Right. Possibly. We don't know.
Yeah, because like if we trade you, because basically what ended up happening is like
I wonder.
Like I would have to trade you two at some point.
I wonder if
I don't know.
Because how is that going to work with?
By the way, I'm also a Nintendo YouTuber that has a little bit of an audience. As I've discovered with Brilliant Diamond and Shiny Pearl, someone will just give me it. I won't even have to trade with you.
There's that.
So I'll just be like, will someone trade me this for absolutely nothing? I'll give you I'll give you my third Lechonk.
yeah.
And someone will do it.
Yeah. No, I'm actually wondering how that works with if you're playing with your friends and stuff like that and you catch a Pokemon, does it replicate it for all the people in the party, or
I'm sure I'm sure whoever threw the Pokeball probably gets it.
So
I don't know. Like,
so you could technically have an asshole friend that could snipe that out from underneath you. Then
Well, we don't know how it works because we
that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Because
we have a lot of questions on how the multiplayer works.
You could have an asshole friend that could snipe it right out from underneath you, and that'd be a pain in the ass.
We are imagining what the multiplayer looks like, but we don't actually know. That's the thing. Like we don't okay, yeah, we can trade. Okay, yeah, sure. Oh, we can hang out and chat. Sure, we can run around together. Okay, but what can we actually do in the world, both together and independently? What's the limit? And we have no idea.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And that's what's cool though is that we even. That's what I like about this compared to the Sonic trailer is like, but all these questions, even if the answers aren't what I want, let's say it's extremely limiting. The fact that we can even have this conversation makes me smile.
It's new. It's new. And
it's so new.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder what is like, can we actually beat the game together? Can we do this? Can we do what is like if I could have brought you with me in Arceus, hell yeah, man.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You'd still probably rocking that every night just for fun.
Oh, for sure.
So,
yeah.
It's funny because Doggy mentions in the chat, I'm still surprised that Nate wants to play Scarlet and Violet after how critical he was of Sword and Shield and Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. You mean how much I did not have any fun? You are correct. I did not have any fun. Games were super linear and super boring. Guess what open world is typically the exact opposite of? Linearity and boringness. Unless you're Sonic.
Yeah.
Hey, give me the Explorer
Unless you're Sonic. Sonic finds a way.
Yeah.
I want to be fair. We don't actually know it's going to be that way, but from what they showed, it looks like Sonic did find a way to make open world a bit boring.
Speaking of Sonic, go ahead, Mike.
I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say Nate. It's hilarious that I was just with the comeback with the Sonic comeback.
Yeah.
Copy.
But speaking of Sonic, Primify did ask if we thought we would be getting a demo of Frontiers. I would hope so. Honestly, I think this game needs one. I think it needs one.
It does.
They need it to sell it. Not now, but like let's say this is a November game. I like drop one in September, October.
Yep.
I mean, even if it's not one of those ones where your progress carries over, which those are always my favorite because it just means you're just playing the game, which is cool. Yeah. I think I want one. I don't know if they'll do it. They don't usually do it, but I would be really, really happy if they did because I think if they want this to be the prove it game that it is, then they need to be confident enough that a demo will sell it. People are really skeptical. Fine, let them play. If you're that confident in your game, let them play.
Yeah,
is that the only fan? I think it's the only fan time.
I think that was the only one I've seen. I mean, Dev Chills did say something about wondering how, like, just questioning about the multiplayer in Pokemon. If you have to kind of follow the person around, or if you're gonna go separate areas of the map. My guess is you're probably gonna have to stay relatively close.
Well, what's interesting is that when they showed all four of them like meeting up, chit chatting, all four of them split off in different directions. And then it cut to four of them running in different areas, like different zones. And I'm sitting there possible, like, it kind of looked like if you sync up, you're just in the world, like an MMO, But again, these are the questions we have,
right? No,
because we don't know.
Like,
if it syncs up like an MMO, that's the best. Dude. If I could just go off and do whatever the hell I want, and we were just existing in the same world because we happen to be playing it at the same time, that is so cool.
You can catch Pokemon on one side of the world, I can catch another side, and if we got duplicates, we can come together and just trade right there. And
we don't have to reconnect.
You don't even have to come together. It looks like they just travel through the air.
Yeah, just travel through the air, right? Right. I have a super arm. I can throw him hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the thing. Those are questions
we have
because we don't know.
It's just Bluetooth to the other phone.
I just like that we can even ask those questions.
Yeah, no, absolutely, for sure.
Yeah, and don't get us wrong, guys, in the chat. We're not hating on Sonic.
Oh no,
it's just the first bad impression of the gameplay. They didn't show us enough.
Second impression, I'd say. The 38-second. That was a good impression.
That was a good first impression.
I like that.
Yeah.
That little tease. I'm like, oh, wait a second. They might be onto something.
For 7 minutes of gameplay, they didn't use the time wisely to show details of the game that would actually.
And that's the key. Didn't use the time wisely. It might not be representative of what the final game will be.
Right.
And I'm willing to let them sell me still. I'm not so turned off that I'm like, oh my god, this is just Ball in Wonderland all over again. All right, let's I'll step back because that initial tease was so promising. Show me more of the stuff we haven't seen.
Right.
We have a whole month with IGN, with this IGN first. We know for sure at least one more big trailer at Summer Game Fest. You got time to still prove to me that this isn't all the game is.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. I want to love the game. I want to immediately after on Prime Gaming Fest, when that Summer Game Fest trailer drops and it ends, I want to look straight in the camera at all of you and go, day one, and pre-order it right there on the live stream. That's the feeling I want. I'm not there right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I'm not there. I might get it if I get it at all, just out of morbid curiosity for the channel. Being like, okay, this is supposed to be what Sonic is. Now let's take a look at this. And then, hey, let's look at the last time we played a new Mario game. And then, like, see the staunch difference in, like, what's a good game and what's not. And then I feel bad because then I feel like I'm just buying it to shit on it. So, so then do I buy it at all? You know? And besides, it's not like I don't have other games. Like, you know, we have Scarlet Violet coming out, which I'm legitimately pretty excited for. I don't know that I'm as excited as I was for Arceus yet. See, Arceus took the shock of open world. It ended up not being open world. It was only open zone. But it kind of Monster Huntered it in that way. And that gave me the shock of, holy crap, they could do open world. But before Legends Arceus, I never thought there'd be an open world Pokemon. I just never thought they'd do it. Like the Wilds, that's cool, but the Wilds was Hyrule Field. It wasn't open world. And then Arceus came, and I'm like, they're trending toward. And then all of a sudden, bam, new generation, fully open world. Now potentially fully multiplayer open world. You have different professors. Different this, different that, different clothes, maybe a different purpose. This is exciting in some ways. Yes, traditional Pokemon battles are still traditional Pokemon battles, but they haven't even highlighted gyms or anything, which makes me feel like maybe that's not even a core mechanic of this game. Maybe it's something else entirely, which that also excites me. Like breaking from tradition, which Pokemon has gone away from the gyms before, but they've always kind of replaced it with something that was sort of like it was basically a similar concept, just with a different story element to it. And what if that's just not what this is at all? I mean, heck, what if the point of this world is to catch them all again? But this time with friends.
Yep.
I don't know. We don't know. Too many unknowns. Doggy says November will mark the first time that 3 mainline Pokemon entries are released in the span of under 1 year. Isn't that a cause of concern? Why would that be a cause of concern? They have done 2 in a 12-month span before. The only reason there's 3 is because they outsourced one. So why am I concerned? Brilliant Diamond, Shiny Pearl had nothing to do with Game Freak. So what am I concerned about?
I'm a bit concerned.
I'm concerned that they can make Arceus and this game back to back and have both be phenomenal. That concerns me in a short time period. But I also recognize they clearly were made by different teams, and both have been in development for a while. At least since Sword and Shield.
My pockets are concerned because they're about to be empty. They're about to be empty.
A little bit lighter.
Yeah.
What if you don't have any friends? Well, you Primify, you have the entire Nintendo Prime community, buddy.
I was just going to say, you can ask a whole bunch of shit.
Literally could just ping on people on Discord. Someone will play with you.
Yeah,
ask people in a live stream. Someone will play with you.
Oh, yeah.
See, when I find it funny as we're sitting here on a live stream that's consistently been 120 plus for you to act like you don't have any friends. You have this entire community to play with you, man.
Yeah, bro. We're all your friends. All of us.
Here. Eric doesn't
I don't
really
message on Twitter.
He reads Twitter. He rarely messages back. Although there might be a little Corey bias since he's
right
not
now,
the Corey plan.
Right now,
because he did respond to Corey on Twitter, which he never does.
Yeah. That might be about a month.
The entire Nintendo Prime. I can't guarantee that I ever specifically play with you. I don't want to say that I never will. But like a limit of 4, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to want to try to get in on my games if I live stream. So I can't ever promise that everyone can get in. Members will obviously have first dibs, but as you now know, we are like at 300 members right now. So I can't promise anything to anyone in particular. The only one I can is this guy right here.
Yeah.
Eric. even Mike, I look at you, I don't know, man.
I don't know. You look a little sus.
I don't know. You and I just restart a little sus. I don't think I can play with you guys.
I don't think we're friends on Switch, are we?
I don't think we are, actually. I don't think we've even had a conversation about exchanging friend codes and playing together. Like, literally, we're on the podcast now, like, every week. And we just never play together, ever.
Really?
Like, anything.
Well, my friend code is in the description of every video, so just go over there to watch the video.
Mine is not. I made that mistake year one, and then I filled my friends list, and then I would live stream, and people want to play with me, and I didn't have those people on my friends list, and they don't have a mass delete feature, so you'd have to delete one at a time. Multiple screens, multiple clicks, multiple screen, and they would like, I have 20 new people who are gonna play with me tonight, and I'd have to spend the first hour of the stream deleting 20 people off my friends list just to get people from the stream in to play Splatoon with me or something.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
How many people? What's the limit though?
200.
I've been adding.
They might have upped the limit since then. I did a mass deleting a couple of years ago, and I basically haven't added anyone since. I'm supposed to add all the members, but now I have too many members, so I don't.
Yeah, I think I have more than 30 people.
I don't add people now. I wait until I'm going to play a multiplayer game on live stream, and then I'll add members, and that's kind of the way I'm kind of playing. And I don't do a lot of game streams conveniently, but I already know what's going to happen because Splatoon 3 is coming, and when Splatoon comes out, I dive deep every time. I dive deep for a few months every time, and there's going to be a lot of Splatoon 3 streams, and my friends list will get full again. It's going to happen. And I'm going to cry because they still haven't given me an option to select multiple users and delete it once.
So they raised it up to 300, by the way. 300.
They raised it 3. Yeah, it was 200 though. I'm not losing my mind. I swear, it started at 200.
So Nate, we better add me quick before I get full.
Dude, you got 10.5K. You never know. They're all trying to knock at your door and get in.
Then I get. No, I'm not gonna get 10.45K friends on Switch.
Yeah, I mean, you just gotta own enough Switches with different accounts. You can get them all friended. Yeah.
No, I'm good.
I mean, come on. At 20K, you're giving away 2 OLEDs. Just keep 2. You buy 2 for the audience. Keep 2 for yourself.
But dude, I just the first OLED that I gave away today, not yesterday, I added a game and I also added a case and I also added a shirt.
Dang,
dude, you're just making me look bad now.
It's not just an OLED, so I always add.
Yeah.
I feel bad because I see like that really lonely Switch in that box. I'm like,
it needs a friend.
It needs a friend.
Yeah, and I always get sent. Cases and stuff to review on the channel, and I look at them.
I get contacted all the time for them. It's gotten to the point that I just say no.
Yeah, I take
it gets too old because here's the thing. It's one thing I'll take them and give them away, but like some of them that like I look at them and I go, I have contacts at companies that can give me much better than this. I don't want to give out shit. By the way, cases are pretty hard to be shit because I mean you can put it in a pencil pouch and it's probably still fine.
I mean the cases I'm talking about, they're from that company, the one that makes the controllers. Forgot the company. They're gonna kill me.
Power A?
Yeah, Power A, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Yeah. We're giving away some cases during Prime Gaming.
I want to win one of those controllers. I'm gonna join for one of those.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Gorilla ones.
The Ghoulie Kit King Kong Pro 2. I know it's a mouthful.
Gorilla Kit.
Ghoulie Kit's the company, and then King Kong Pro 2 is what they call the controller. They had a Pro 1.
They needed it,
but it didn't have the Hall sensors and some other stuff.
They needed Gorilla Kit. I mean, they missed an opportunity there.
Right? Yeah. So
it was probably already a
probably
name or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, a lot of people are gonna be trying to win those. I haven't decided yet how we're doing. If we're gonna do it as a batch all at once, or if we're gonna spread them out. I feel like so many people want them. If we spread them out, it might be better. Like do batches of 3 at once or something.
I don't know. Do we tell them about the one?
Yeah, it's listed technically up, and I posted it publicly.
Yeah.
There's a game of Hangman happening day 2.
Ooh.
And this is how the game works because Eric has been begging me to just say, hey, just nudge me one of those Ghoulie controllers. Just you have 11 to give away. No, you only have 10.
You have 10. What are you talking
What are
about?
you talking about? So I said, well, that's a little unfair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. You literally are the co-host of the podcast. It's not unfair for me to share the wealth. I got one for free. But what's happening here is I said, fine, you know what? Let's make this a little game. So we're gonna play Hangman with the chat. So we're gonna have a game of Hangman back here on the TV, and we're gonna randomly pick people from the chat to pick the next letter. If they pick a letter that's already been chosen, we'll just pick someone new to pick a letter. We're not gonna punish them for picking the same letter, even though in Hangman, technically, if you do that, it's a. We're not gonna do that. We'll let them make sure they guess a letter that's actually available, and you'll be able to tell what letters are available. It shows on screen. We've already tested this to make sure it works. If the chat wins and they complete the phrase, and it will be Nintendo related, they complete the phrase, the word, the name, whatever it is, then we will give away a single King Kong Ghoulie Kid controller right then, right away. If we win, it's more like Eric wins, because then he gets to keep it himself.
Okay, that's good.
By the way, we still have 10 more to give away.
Yeah.
Absolutely, we're not doing any sort of, we get to keep competitions.
Yeah.
There is one more competition, though. We have so many Skull and Company grips to give away that we are going to do Hangman again for a Skull and Company grip. So Eric has a chance to win a free Skull and Company grip.
Because I don't get a chance to even attempt to enter these giveaways.
No. Eric's not allowed to enter. So this is the way to give him a shot to win it. And if he doesn't get it, it's not a big deal. And as I told him, look, we get to the end of this, I get back off my vacation, I could probably talk to the company and get him a free controller anyways. However, it would be cool if when I ask him for free controllers, it's for future giveaways.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I don't want this to be the only time I give away these Ghoulie Kit controllers. It'd be cool if we did this again around Christmas time or something. So but you can't hit them up all the time. Like guys, we have like almost $800 worth of controllers to give away. That's a hell of a lot of money for me to just keep. Let me just keep going back to the well right away after they just gave me a bunch.
Right. You gotta let it cool down a little bit, and then
and it's actually harder to get the stuff closer to holidays.
No, for sure,
because they're always selling out. But I probably won't wait until then. I'll probably try to hit them up at like September and be like, hey, we got this holiday thing and I know you're going to sell out. Let's go. That being said, I don't think we've had any other fan topics. I think just people are really engaged with the Sonic and Pokemon today. There was such big news.
Yeah.
It's pretty rare that we have this big of news happening the day of the podcast. And it's just beginning. State of Play tomorrow, guys.
Oh, shit.
Sony's got their big State of Play tomorrow. I'll be live stream reacting to it. It happens at a very interesting time, basically dinner time. So that'll be fun. I got to somehow have dinner ready early for my children and have them kind of leave me alone so I can do the State of Play because it's going to be games my kids can't watch. They did announce that they're going to be showing off the Horizon VR2 game.
Nice.
They did announce they're going to be showing that off. So we'll see that it could be really exciting. Could end up being a dud. Don't know, but they're kind of Pokemon and Sonic sort of kicked off the month. Then we got Sony right away. And then technically, I don't think there's anything officially announced until Geek Week next week from Netflix, which doesn't have any gaming specific stuff until Friday. So I guess the next big gaming event would end up being there's something happening on the 8th that I'm forgetting about. It's not part of our Prime Gaming Fest. Some company's doing something on the 8th. And then we have Summer Game Fest on the 9th. And then it kind of goes from there. Who the hell knows? There's probably going to be a bunch of stuff when I'm on my cruise as well. It's all right, guys. I have to have a vacation at some point, right?
Yeah.
Nintendo
Direct on the 14th?
Hopefully.
That's
what we're hoping for.
That's what we're banking. And the only reason we're 6 days long is because we're banking on the 14th. And if it doesn't happen, it's fine. We have other plans. But it would sure be wonderful if we banked on it and got it right.
That'd be awesome.
This is basically, we end on the 14th because I predicted a Nintendo Direct dropping on the 14th. Second Tuesday of the month. That is tradition for Nintendo.
That, and if we went one more day, oh my God. I think I'd die.
I don't know if you can get off for another day.
No, God, no.
No, Yulia's probably going to murder me after day 2.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So you might be hosting all on your own.
Right.
So the second game of Hangman, I guess, hey, it's just you. I don't really get any. By the way, I gain nothing.
The second game.
I want the chat to win because I gain nothing if we win.
The second game of Hangman is actually played with Nate.
In fact, I probably have to. Here's what's probably going to happen. Look, Here's how it works. To make because some of the chat might be like, oh well, we want to lose because we want Eric to win. No, because also what I'll say is that the chat wins, we'll give it away and I'll spin our wheel of death, and only I have to do it.
Ooh.
Did you see?
So only I get. So if he gets punished and losing the controller, I also get punished and having to spin the wheel. And this wheel has some
interesting things.
Pie and face stuff. Having to do a mini shot of I know Eric could just do a fucking full shot of the goddamn the really disgusting hot sauce from Hot Ones. The
yeah.
Oh god, the bomb.
We lost Mike.
Mike died.
Whoops.
He walked off a cliff, and that's the end of his stream.
Oh, there we go. Hey.
He just had to show that camera who's boss.
Yeah,
smacking
right.
around it.
He's got the one chip challenge.
Yeah, I saw your little tweet at me about it. I was at a spot where I couldn't listen to what you said in that 12 seconds. But yeah, you guys remember what the bet was that we made on the podcast for the one chip challenge?
If PlayStation and Xbox come up with their 0.5 gen before Nintendo comes up with their either Switch,
some sort of upgraded internal hardware.
Yeah, then I'm already ready.
Yeah, I haven't got mine yet, but I have a feeling we got a ways. I don't think either one's coming out anytime soon. But we did say we had to have expired ones. It had to be stale.
Yeah, it's expired.
Yeah.
So and there's plenty of those expired ones.
They are definitely.
I did one search and I found a lot of them.
Yeah.
Expired in 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I get a 2021 expired one.
They'll be extra special.
And I will again. I'm not going to make Eric do it because he already did it.
My wife was like,
"Just give me a fresh one. I'll do it again."
Yeah, there you go. Eric will do it, but he gets to do the freshie. He gets to do what it actually is like when it's not stale, and we get to do the stale one. I think that's fair since he got to do the stale one last year. The stale, disgusting. I think you ate the whole thing too, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you ate the whole thing. You didn't puss out. You took the whole thing. Like, well, it's not that bad. Hour later, and he's throwing up. I don't even know. Was it no? You lasted a decent bit.
Yeah, I lasted a chunk of time.
I looked at you and I could tell you're just like, this is not sitting well.
No,
and you
again,
didn't
it was
eat
because
at that time.
Yeah, I had absolutely nothing in my stomach.
No,
so
you did.
Was,
you had pop.
Yeah,
I had caffeine.
Extra.
We live on caffeine during the show because it's so long.
Yeah,
but we'll be standing up during parts of it this time when we use the other set, so that'll be nice too. All right. Well, I think that's going to. We do have the 2X noodles as part of the punishment.
Yeah, that's right.
They're arriving on Monday, the same day as the bomb hot sauce. I had to order it all online because they don't sell it locally. But we got the bomb hot sauce and the 2X noodles arriving. The 2X noodles, by the way, can stay on the wheel multiple times because it's a 5-pack.
Oh yeah!
So if we somehow go through all 5, that'll be interesting. We got 2X spicy noodles. We got which I don't think is gonna be as bad as the bomb hot sauce. I don't think it's gonna be good.
Yeah,
but it's not gonna be as bad. And then we have a whole bunch. I have a list of punishments somewhere. Yulia was helping come up with a lot of them. One I didn't tell Eric about. I'll just show you the Amazon order.
Oh boy.
This is a surprise for the public, so I don't want them to see. I just want them to see Eric's reaction when he sees what one of the punishments is going to be that we have to wear for a half hour. Only one of us.
No boy.
Has to wear for because a competition between you and me.
Goddamn Tingle outfit again.
No. This is going to be better than Tingle.
Ah, nice.
See, we did the Tingle thing last year. We have other things like they had to do the Darunia dance from like Ocarina of Time. I'm
trying to find the list you sent me.
Yeah, this isn't on that list. I don't think.
There we go. I got it. You want me to go through it?
Sure, you can go through the list.
Okay, so pie to face, to bomb hot sauce, mini shot of tequila, egg on head, shotgun a beer, which
that's more of like a punishment for him, not me. I can shotgun a beer, no problem.
Karaoke DK
but the
rap.
tequila is more of a punishment for me, so it's kind of like it kind of goes both ways.
And karaoke DK rap, do the Darunia dance, 2-time spicy instant ramen. Twerk for 5 seconds.
Twerk for 5 seconds.
Twerk for 5 seconds.
Just 5, not 30. 5. If you go past 5, hey, you're giving them a bonus shot.
Yeah, right. Tongue twister, 10 times fast. How can a cram in a clean cream can?
Tongue twister.
All right.
Tongue twister.
Eat a clove of raw garlic. Gift 5 memberships. See how many grapes you can fit in your mouth.
Oh yeah, there's going to be a word we have to say for that too, but I haven't figured it out.
Chubby
yet.
bunny.
Let's see. Chubby bunny's traditional. I want to find something more unique, so I'll figure it out.
Lechonk.
Lechonk.
Dump a cup of ice down your pants.
Yep. We're gonna keep it in that. We're gonna keep the ice cubes in that little freezer.
Oh Lord. Put lipstick on for 30 minutes. Sing a song chosen by chat while eating peanut butter. And then do your best Adam Sandler impression. That's the list you sent me so far.
And then there's also gonna be one where you have to put this on for a half hour. You got don't say it out loud.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
With your choice. Your choice of one of those.
I like it.
For a half hour.
I like it.
Yep. And it's gonna be one of those things where you go below the camera level and then you stand up.
Oh, okay.
So they don't see it going on, so they see it all at once.
Okay. Fair enough.
And I don't think that this is necessarily always gonna fit the greatest, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
It's for effect.
No, for sure.
And good luck when you gotta put it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah. Headphones are gonna be interesting.
Oh, it'd be funny if we magically did that competition right before a guest segment. Right before Nintendo Academy's going on. Yeah. It's time to no. Should we really? We should really embarrass it. No, see, if we did it before Jake Randall, he'll walk off camera and come back with something even more ridiculous.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe that's why we should do it when he's
right.
Of course, then again, I have no idea what version of Mike is showing up when he guests, because he's coming on twice in one day, and I got a feeling it's going to be something different in both times, and I'm not going to know what universe I'm in anymore.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, man.
The Mike multiverse, I have no idea who's showing up.
Beast Mike is permanent. He lives here now. Beast Mike.
Live in the attic or something.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, you at least throw him a dog treat or something, right?
Nah, he's fine.
He's fine. He can live off the rats running around. Yeah, it's cool. You get him a pet cat. Teach him how to hunt.
Nah, he can live off dust mites in the air. It's fine.
Dust mites in there. No, hopefully it's not termites, because then you might have a problem with your house.
Right? We got this house. We should have no termites in the house.
Yeah,
that would really suck if you found out there was. Oh, we just bought this place and it's about to fall. Oh no. The foundation, we're screwed. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it for the Nintendo Prime Podcast, episode 53. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. This will be live on the podcast channel tomorrow, and we will the audio version of tomorrow as well. And yes, what's your hold on?
That is the 9th through the 14th, not the 11th through the 14th. That is the 9th through the 14th.
Yes. He might be pushing the 11th through the 14th. I think Ed has been, because the 9th and 10th have been pushed really heavily by me.
Gotcha.
So you might be trying to remind people that all the streams are now set up. All 6 streams for Prime Gaming Fest can now have notifications set for and likes dropped on them. Nice. They're all set up and ready to go. I haven't really advertised the 11th through the 14th very much. I just got them set up yesterday.
So we're dumping them in there now.
So and he's doing what I asked.
No, for sure.
I asked our mods on Discord to advertise.
I didn't realize that part. Okay.
They're supposed to link him in the chat too, but I mean,
fair enough. That's fine.
Because the hard thing, and this is probably hard for the mods, you can't really find the links. Like they don't really. If you didn't get the notification, you can't find them on my channel. The only way to find them is to type Prime Gaming Fest into the general search on YouTube and just keep scrolling till they all show up. It's the stupidest thing. Like, why can't I have like an upcoming stream section on YouTube that you could just find them all? I don't know. YouTube.
Suggested to YouTube.
You need to fix that. All right. Well, I hope you guys had a good time. You guys should go check out Mike Perro's Nintendo Academy over there. He's already growing faster than me, so maybe don't subscribe.
Yeah,
we can't even get to 78.1. We progressed 100 together at one time, and then he already lapped me.
Yeah. Dude, on the 25th of June, we got a Super Mario panel at the channel.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
My content's going to be pretty sparse while I'm gone there, so you guys should go check that out. We will have some content while I'm gone, but it's going to be pre-recorded stuff, so no breaking news.
Jessica, no, yeah, is it Laura? Yeah, Laura, which is the voice of who is she the voice of?
Daisy?
not Daisy.
No, there's Daisy or Rosalina, I think you said.
Rosalina. So we got Rosalina, we got Kay James coming back, and we got Samantha Kelly, voice of Princess Peach. She's coming back also. And right now I'm in the middle of talking to Charles Martinez agent, coming back also. So hopefully we get the full panel on
That'd
the 25th
awesome.
of
That's
July.
awesome.
Yeah, June 25th. I'm gonna set up the live soon. The live little announcement thing soon, so we can get that
Hype.
already.
Yeah.
But for sure, June 25 live, we'll get the Super Mario panel, and then in December we might be part of the Super Mario panel to interview Mr. Jack Black.
Ooh, nice.
Jack Black. I already
Jealous, not gonna lie.
mentioned Nintendo Prime too to the agent. I mentioned Nintendo Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I put you in there too, dude.
Mm-hmm.
So I added. Is there any way we have space to enter Nintendo Academy and Nintendo Prime? We work together on media and news, and they said that
likely story.
they're making the schedule right now for the Super Mario tour.
So when you
Promotion.
get in and I get no invite,
If I get in, you get in, because I put us together instead of one.
yeah, okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
I do not doubt you, and I think even if we got in and I told Yulia, I'm going to be talking to Jack Black, just so you're aware, she's going to freak
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
She loves Jack Black. He thinks he's just funny as hell.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
you're like,
and-
what do you ask about? Well, we're talking about the movie.
Yeah.
What like one of his other movies? No, the Mario one.
Mario movie. Yeah.
But honey, that's the only reason I get to talk to him. Just so you're aware. I got to stay on topic. I can't just come out of nowhere and just be like, oh my God, Jack Black, I love you! Nacho Libre! I love Jack Black movies. So good.
Yeah. He's
Dude,
awesome.
even School of Rock, man. That movie's great.
He's awesome.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. I got this feeling that if I talk to Jack Black, I might leave him with one closing comment. I'll be like, look, you might be one of the most accomplished comedian actors in the world, but I got to tell you right now, every single karaoke session, I'm rocking Tenacious D.
There you go.
It's true too. I sing a Tenacious D song every time. All right, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully that opportunity, comes to fruition. If not, hey,
Yeah,
it's
man.
cool. You still get to see voice acting and all that stuff. Talk to people over on Nintendo Academy's channel. He had the voice of Bowser on when he did his 10K celebration stream. And now he's got obviously this big thing coming up on the 25th. I don't know. Is that going to be considered your first podcast episode, or are you just doing that as a separate thing?
Dude, you outed me. Yeah, that's gonna be the first podcast. That's gonna be the first.
You've been advertising. You said yourself. I just kind of figured that must be the
I did.
podcast.
Yeah, that is. It
I
is
put two and two together.
Right.
Give me some credit here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the podcast. It's gonna be once a month, so we can do things like that.
Make it
like
big. Yeah, make it big.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I only did one podcast a month, it'd probably still just be Mike Paris. What can I say? It's hard to get people, man. It is
Unless
hard.
you're Mike.
No. Here's the funny thing, though. I'm getting all these commitments for Prime Gaming Fest, and I've asked these same people about podcasts, and they're just like, "No, sorry, man. Hey, how about Prime Gaming Fest? Oh yeah, that's that thing. Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll do that. Well, how about a podcast? I don't know. Okay. Well, how long you want to come on the show for? An hour. That's a podcast.
Well,
No, it hasn't been lately. We've been going a little longer lately, but that's because we've had just some good shit to talk about. So
yeah, true.
Just take that segment from Prime Gaming Fest and just go ahead and
just chop it up and put it all over the podcast channel and be like, yeah, look at this. We got special guest Jake Randall, we got HMK up in here, we got Super Metal Day. And look, I got them all on the same podcast, back to back to back to back. It was insane, guys. It was a 6 hour podcast. Oh man. All right, well, thank you so much for tuning in, man. I always appreciate you coming on, even though you literally got it at the very last second.
I did.
We were somewhat prepared. I forgot to set up a button to do the thing that sends all three of us to watch footage. So people watched me like click their Streamlabs. Oh no, here's the footage. That will be cleaned up for the next time we do a podcast, which I don't even know when it's going to be. I think I need to do at least one podcast before I get to my vacation. Problem is, or Eric, anyways, the moment we are done with Prime Gaming Fest, he's got work slam like crazy. So I don't know if I can get him on before my cruise. But we will definitely have probably you on. What I'm thinking right now for the next podcast episode, the true episode, we still got a thing going on next Wednesday. It's going to feel like a normal podcast because all three of us are here, but it's not. Yeah. It's actually a Smash Bros. Tournament. But our next podcast, I think, is going to end up being more like a Friday.
Okay.
Because then what I could do is I could chop up parts of that, and that might even be part of the content that I have on my channel as well. You know, throughout the week I'm going. Like, I even thought about possibly going back and chopping out parts of Prime Gaming Fest that are like were good conversation segments and putting them up as well. So, because guys, I'm going to be gone for an entire week. For those who don't know, I fly out on June 19th and will not be back until June 26th. So I'm going to be gone for an entire week. So there will be stuff getting uploaded. There might be some new discussion videos and stuff like that. Maybe a rumor video or two, because maybe I'll come up with a couple of rumors, or like, you know, find a couple of rumors after all the shows are done and just kind of save them to post when I'm gone. But yeah, it won't have any live streams that week. So basically, June is awesome. It's a great month, but then I kind of kill all my momentum immediately after building it. So hopefully you guys all show up again on June 26th or June 27th, whichever day I fully come back. And you guys are ready to go. We'll have a banger stream. We'll have a banger, videos and everything. We'll obviously talk about the vacation and Yulia wearing the official Prime Gaming Fest swimsuit that you cannot buy. let you guys know that if it turned out, if it was good looking or not. I mean, I can already tell you it's probably good looking, at least for me. So
that's all that matters, man.
Yeah, that's all that matters. All right, guys. We'll catch you. Well, technically, we will catch you next week, same time, but it'll be a Smash Bros. Tournament.
Same bad channel.
Peace.
And later.
Ace.
Do 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 do.